Welcome to the Numeric Workshop. This segment of the WBPL 76 is brought to you by the Night Owl Association, along with the Bear Digs Company and viewers like you. Why are you here?
Hello again, chat. Hello again, chat. Have some corn.
You just open it up and you rub it all over your tongue.
Ooh, woo.
Why are you here?
Sphincter otomy?
I just hit myself in the balls with an iPhone. Somebody quote that.
What could possibly go wrong?
Free Corn Thursday.
Like,
So,
wow,
what-
your organs are all fuck-shaped. What if we just stab it a little bit?
That unholy abomination of Yuletide terror.
Yo, my name Exhibit, and today we're gonna go ahead and pimp my Mac.
I would so download Pete.
Stop fucking the magnets.
I'm not fucking the magnets. You're fucking the magnets.
The fuck is Free Corn Thursday?
Good evening, everybody. Hey, listen, this is not the normal thing in this time slot. This is not normally my time slot, but nobody else is feeling up to it, so I just went ahead and grabbed it, and I reckon I'm going to paint. So I'm just going to do the regular Thursday night thing right now, which is good because, hi, Ether. Ether is welcome to join me in here if he wants to. And you know, it all makes perfect sense because we didn't do this Thursday, so I might as well paint today. Let's see how it goes. No more questions. I break your hands. So I don't have anything planned for this. It is not Thursday. That's why there's no corn. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to paint for a bit, and someone I'm sure at some point will come in here and stop me from putting a brush on a model. That's usually how this goes. But tonight is Squick's D&D night, so I will probably get to paint without Squick coming in and absolutely wrecking me. Okay, so what's going on? What am I doing? It's the surprise Merrick Workshop. That's right. Hi, Mad Ducks. Mad Ducks is also welcome to come in here and join me. He might be able to keep me from putting brush on model, but let's see. I have things places. Where are all my things? Seeing as how the Kickstarter is supposed to actually ship soon, I'm going to go ahead. Hello. Oh, I thought I heard something. Am I right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I
You
did.
invite us and we invade.
It's Ether
Happens.
and the Mad Ducks. Nova says you're cool people. I don't know about that.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm
Nova's
not
a good
cool.
person, so
That's
Nova's good people. I'm just some weirdo that showed up and then people hid stuff around her house and I got blamed.
Well, I mean, that is a true series of statements. All of those things happened.
All right, Parallax, hear me
What?
out.
I'm hearing.
Did you read my idea earlier?
I can't read.
This is fine. Okay, we have an urban mech torso on top of a tank chassis, right?
Yes.
We
Yes,
need to do
that is
a
fucked up
reverse
thing I did.
mermaid. We need to do a reverse mermaid where we have a tank turret on top of mech legs.
I can do that. I mean, I think that's been done, but not necessarily in BattleTech. Oh, Ether,
Right.
you'll
Usually has
appreciate.
4 legs though.
Ether, you'll appreciate this. I have created. Well, actually, that's not fair. I haven't created a cocktail in the slightest. Actually, I just took bourbon on the rocks and put it in a Yeti so the ice doesn't melt.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is clearly an original idea that no one's ever had.
So why are your mechs blue?
Because they are going to be Donegal.
Okay, I was wondering if you had blue primer or something.
No, they all were deliberately painted blue. And like I was starting to say when y'all came in, considering that the Kickstarter is actually supposed to ship soon,
Believe it.
Supposed to.
Supposed to. I'm staying on supposed to, but given the glacial rate I've actually been painting CGL mechs, they'll still probably beat me. I need to paint some more CGL mechs. So,
Okay,
Reverse Mermaid. Isn't that just a hunchback? Not wrong.
so what I'm seeing though is that those mechs are blue dabba D.
Dabba-doo.
A dow.
Dabba-dee, dabba-dee, dabba-dee-da-dow.
So blue this mech with a blue little cockpit in it. No, never mind.
Okay. I will take that into consideration.
Or don't.
Okay. I'll also do that. I made a helicopter. Also, I did dumb stuff with helicopter.
What's theoretically dumb about it?
Okay, so I this week I shipped a commission to Eeyore. He got it today. He's very happy. He asked me to make him the LTV-4 hover tank, which is like generic hover tank. They literally don't even have a name for it. It is the hover tank. Less than 20 minutes, I'm already painting. I've been painting for a bit, so I'm cheating. So I hadn't done vehicles before, so I started doing vehicles, and I did 3 this week. I did the hover tank, I did kind of a bulldog tank, and then I decided I've never made a VTOL. Let's make a helicopter. So I made a, this will show up in a second. Let's do that thing where you all can see stuff.
Well, I mean, look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First of all, tell us more about what you've done. Tell us your process.
My process, I threw stuff at Blender until it worked. That is the wrong screen, sir. That's the wrong screen. I want that screen. There we go. Okay, now you all can see live time, wise. Okay, anyway. I started with this, and it is a helicopter. I kitted it out as though it were the Warrior, so basic bitch attack helicopter, right?
How distracted?
Did it come out and play?
It did not, unfortunately. Hi, Hal.
Hi.
And then I said, I need to do more than this. If I'm going to try to sell this, I need to do more than that. So I thought, okay, I have a helicopter. Hal, answer me a question.
Do you have?
What's really just a tremendously inefficient try-hard helicopter?
An Irby Lamb with a beanie hat.
No, it's an ornithopter.
Yes, I know what you're going to show
Yeah.
show us because I've already seen it, but
Yes, but I made an ornithopter.
I refuse to give
everybody
you an honest
needs-
answer.
Okay, well, that's fair. Everybody needs an
Wait,
ornithopter, right?
Is this ornithopter the one that goes with Hi, hello?
It's the first thing I thought of
Yeah.
when I saw it, so
Yeah.
yes, that is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever Parallax's intentions were, that is the correct answer.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
true.
Dune reference.
But then I also looked at, I did watch Dune Part 2 this week, so that could have happened. Other thing that I did was I said, you know what I always liked? I always liked the Banshee in StarCraft 2 with the ducted rotors. That's a cool idea. I never saw anybody do that worth a shit in a model. So I did that too today. So there that is.
That's okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
GDI
exciting.
would like your phone number.
That's
No.
that's a really good. Actually, I really like that presentation. I think it makes it look nice and futury, more futury than like the Warriors do.
Yeah, this is
So-
very, and it makes moderately more sense than the Ornithopter.
Digiman says, "Oh, a 0-2 for 0 mana."
It's true. It costs no mana.
Just pop it out there. It flies
Ah.
and it annoys people.
Flies and
Or
dies.
mildly inconveniences people.
Flies and dies.
No, Hal. I put some enchantments on it so it's indestructible.
Oh, kiss my ass.
That's a worthy that's a worthy investment of an enchantment.
Isn't it though?
problem is it comes in the set with like other things that are indestructible, like 8/8 Darksteel Colossus and stuff like that. And then they rotated Swords to Plowshares out, so there's not a reliable way to get rid of the damn thing.
Nope. Because Shatter doesn't do it, does it?
No, because it's indestructible.
You just have to apply enough violence.
No card is
there's-
indestructible. The Chaos Confetti proved it.
That's true. Chaos Confetti removes things from the game.
There was no exile at the time.
Hey, is
It's
there a
just-
boneless sticker on that lid?
It's a bone-in lid.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We need to get you more stickers.
Well, I have one right over here. Let's get that adjusted a little bit.
No,
you
just
can-
more stickers.
This one says
everywhere.
Wizard Butt.
I need to send you a Spittoon sticker.
I'm to the point where I have stickers and I'm out of places to put them.
Is that the Aja colors?
It came with my paint that I got today from Monument, man. I don't know.
Okay.
My understanding is sticker books are a thing. I think I
What?
need to bring one for the next meetup.
Yes, you do. Because then I'll bring you Apocalypse Gym stickers that you can put in there.
Sticker.
You see, or Ether, hear me out. Bring a musical instrument and just cover it with stickers.
That is the Mad Duck's way of thing. Personally, my gun case and my computer case are the two things that get covered in stickers.
Ducks, you will have multiple Spittoon stickers come Monday.
Oh, good.
Only at the Bridgestone Arena.
Mercury,
I did not.
You are far overestimating my abilities. Like, so far overestimating my abilities. I am talk good. Me am not build good.
I could do
Well-
that. I could design those. I'm not going to, but I could.
We could bully Parallax into doing it because he does know how.
It's
Because
true.
there's always good stuff in the Spittoons.
Like the,
I rolled a disbelief.
Yeah,
No.
I can express only puzzlement that borders on alarm.
No.
No,
It's
it's-
a thing.
It's a West of Loathing thing. I know.
Yeah.
I
It's,
ha-
in the,
oh.
it's in the archive. Go look.
Hello,
I
kitty.
can't read.
The,
Are you
the
meowing at me?
network chastised me regularly.
Meow.
Meow.
Y'all can't hear him, but he's meowing.
I
At
can
me.
hear him a little.
Okay, let's see if he'll talk to
Parallax,
the
what if I
audience.
pestered you for Spittoon paint pots so I could have them?
I don't know. What's commission cost? I might be
gonna
able.
go
I,
with-
honest to God, I might be able to whip that up in about 10 minutes.
I was gonna
That
say,
could be
how
this
much-
stream. I could just do that.
I was gonna say Christmas presents. What are those? Sorry, I am exhausted, and I am sitting here with coconut rum, so I am in rare form.
He's Ether. Tell him what you think of coconut rum.
I mean, yeah.
Don't care, I like it.
Ether is the official boozeologist, so
Yes, he performed Tex's boozectomy.
Did you
I mean,
ever
I
get
technically
that one
haven't
thing
done it
made?
yet, but
What?
Did you ever get that one thing made, Ether?
which, like the solve for Malord or the Cargonian?
The Cargonian.
I'm still tweaking with the Cargonian. I keep trying to find ways to kind of, because the problem with a keto cocktail is you get that kind of diet soda afterbite that I keep trying to work out of it every time I think I've done it. Alcohol is not required to disclose its caloric content, and I'll find out later that I've put in something with sugar in it and have to backtrack.
Boo.
he's
This
a
is
booze, he's
diet.
a booze wizard.
Diet whiskey.
Also, boo. Boo,
I
diet
mean, whiskey is generally not. Sometimes the coloring they'll put in it has sugars, which is really hard to detect.
That's
but
why you just use bourbon.
My dear
some
darling.
bourbons are colored and accordingly have caramel and a little
Yeah,
bit
but
of
that's
sugar.
why I don't drink Old Crow, because that's just gross.
My dear darling Nandy was transferred from one facility to another.
Is she closer to home
recently.
now, or did they launch her out of a cannon to the moon this time?
No, she's closer to home now.
Good.
But she had to leave a very tight knit community was the problem.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, she
Eloise,
one of her friends gave her an old fashioned basket with all of the stuff to make good old fashions, including Elijah Craig in it.
Elijah
and
Craig.
She was like,
solidly okay bourbon.
She really likes it. And she was like, I feel bad for messing it up because it looks so nice. So I went and got her some less expensive bourbon yesterday, and I said, here, you can drink this without feeling guilty.
Honest to God, I do that with paintbrushes. Like, I just started using this paintbrush this week because I thought, shit, I really ought to try this. And this is like a $10 paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I haven't used it because it's like a $10 paintbrush. And as it turns out, it's a really good paintbrush.
I bet it is. Mercury Alpha says, I'm tempted to get a spittoon, put candy in it, and then leave it outside at Halloween with the sign that says, take one if you dare.
I mean, that's a good, solid plan.
What if you put a sign that said, all you can stand for $1 special?
Are you charging children for candy at Halloween? Are you a monster?
No, maybe take it to a potluck with that sign on it and put soup in it.
No. You put casseroles in it. You put nebulous casseroles.
So if you were faced with the Shai Halud popcorn bucket and the spittoon with one supposedly having candy, which are you diving your hand into?
Spittoon.
I put my hand into the Dune bucket. I'm fine with the Dune, putting my hand in the Dune bucket. I'm not putting my dick in the Dune bucket.
The thing is, if
The
Dune
toaster, on
bucket
the other
is
hand.
not,
I'm also not
if
putting
the
my
Dune
dick in the
bucket-
toaster.
if the Dune bucket is a trap, then you're losing a hand.
Yeah, but I'm not losing my dick.
Well, yes, but that wasn't the question. It wasn't dick or hand.
That
Dick or hand.
for the record, Dick or Hand
Dick or
is
hand.
not a game we'll be playing on this show. Splayed hand
Thank you.
eggplant.
Play this hand eggplant. Got him. Anyway, I would go for the spittoon because at worst there has been nothing in a spittoon in West of Loathing, but usually there's been something really good.
I'm the captain of the gravy train.
What is Homesar doing?
What do?
Oh, okay. He's putting down deli paper.
This, sir, is not deli paper. This is parchment paper. It is a water-permeable surface that I can use with my wet palette that allows water through, but not too much. It can osmose.
Sorry, I misspoke. It's delicatessen paper.
No, I have that in the kitchen.
You keep water in your ketchup bottle too?
Yeah. Why?
No. It's a condiment bottle, and what he's done is he's converted water into a condiment.
That's true.
Condom bottles?
Yeah.
You heard what I said.
Yeah, put your dick in that.
No, Canopus told me not to.
No. When you went to Canopus specifically for that, we understand.
That's not what the quote said.
Let's see. Okay, so I've got... Okay, yeah, let's do something with this guy. I got some fun paints this week. Like I said, I made a big order with Monument Hobbies, and I got shit this week, so I'm going to do something with it.
Thank you, Night Owl. I'm writing that one down for reference.
Still not a game we're playing.
So I get you're doing Donegal. Why are you doing so many Donegal?
I need a lance of them, and at the time that I started this little project, I base coated them all with airbrush, and I had paint left in the cup.
So, plus, also, Ether, consider if you're going to do a lance of Donegal, why not do a company of Donegal? But then again, if you're going to do Donegal and you've already got a company, it's just one step to do a battalion of Donegal. And then, if you do one or two extras, then why not do a second battalion of Urban Mechs with top hats to mail to Night Owl, and then slightly get carried away and accidentally mail him 3 battalions of Urban Mechs with top hats and or
Remind us
Urban
again,
Mechs.
how many mechs are in a battalion, Mad Ducks?
3 companies.
3 companies, so 60 mechs to a battalion.
And that was an accident?
So you sent him 180 urban mechs?
No, 3 companies. So
yes, but you said you sent him
12,
3 regiments.
36. No, I said 3 battalions.
3 battalions.
Battalions.
So you sent Three's company of urban mechs?
Yeah.
Sure. Night Owl, did you ever get rehome all those urban mechs or paint them or even base any of them at all? Or Night Owl, do you need more urban mechs?
Night Owl, don't answer if you want more urban mechs.
Based.
How's the car?
Night Owl, I have urban mechs printing right now.
Night Owl claims I have a lot of urban mechs and many of them have hats.
Night Owl, do you need more urban mechs? I have more printing right now.
Night Owl, do you need more hats?
Do you get a tax break on
I actually,
them? Why?
I actually do need to print more
He
hats.
said I'm waiting on more bases. There is a statement from Thomas85 Uwu who asks, do you have pink metallic paint?
I have pink paint and I have metallic medium. So
could you make an Uwoozers, Lance? You're cruising for an Uwoozin?
Thomas 85 says you always need more urban mechs.
Give me a minute.
Night Owl, do I need to print you a bunch of hex bases? Blink rapidly if you need me to print you and mail you hex bases.
I'm going to say very quickly, what in the cinnamon toast frick is going on here? Painting on a Saturday? Yes, Biz Monkey. Painting on a Saturday.
It's the Surprise Merrick Workshop.
Yep, it is.
There
we go. That's perfect. I've got some perfect mechs for pink. There we go. Look at that. We'll do this fine, upstanding clan Ebon Jaguar in pink.
Clan Precious Unicorn is coming for you.
Clan Hello Kitty.
Despite the fact that the
Clan Lisa Frank, damn it.
The Ebon Jag is my favorite clan mech simply because, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why. I just like that one. Most of them I don't like.
This is fucking rad, dude. Like, there are versions of the Ebon Jaguar that are just criminally too good.
I think it's basic, but my favorite clan mech is probably the Vulture.
You are basic. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, the Hellfire was supposed to replace the Ebon Jag. The Hellfire was a new version. It was based on the Lupus, and if you look at the Lupus, and
who's going to say it?
Only
Lupus.
Once I look at the Lupus, I can only see John Travolta from Boogie Nights.
Wait, John Travolta was in Boogie Nights?
Hey, Digiman.
Are you talking
Saturday
about
Night Fever, perhaps?
That one.
The one not about porn?
Movies.
Whatever. Saturday Night Fever, then.
That's what the internet is for, by the way.
Digiman.
Yeah, it's for Saturday Night Fever.
I would like some Ox cards.
Oh, yes. Digiman makes very nice Ox cards.
I would like some Ox cards.
See, at some point, I'm going to have to, come up with
Digiman,
an
mail
image.
me Ox cards.
I'm going to have to come up with an image worthy of an Ox card.
No, don't worry about it. He can just pull it out of the Lady Red orchestral thing.
Yeah, but that one I am singing in the midst of the singing folks.
Just call it a voice in the choir.
Yes, but I also have the Renaissance painting AI art.
What would you call that card? What in the hell did you just do?
I think I would call that card Unrivaled Irritation.
Costs 2 blue and 2 black, tap all of enemies' permanents.
And their enchantments.
I would make it. Actually, I would make it an enchantment that all new permanents that come into play tapped.
And
There's
upside
already- Isn't there a? Oh no! You're creating stasis.
All permanents, land included. Because I'm evil.
Yeah, stasis was the worst.
I don't know. Stasis wasn't Time Walk.
Time Walk was powerful. Stasis was like teeth grittingly irritating.
Samurai, that thing is blinking at me, and I think it's amazing.
What?
And awful.
Uh-oh.
It's great.
What's great?
Samurai.
Oh,
Link.
Oh, look at that! It's a happy little.
It's a happy
vulture.
little Uwuziel.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, that thing. Yes, the Uwuziel.
Does it need to have a hand actuator so it can throw up two fingers and go yata?
Uziels don't have hands. Only guns. No hands, only guns.
No brains, only bangs.
It's true.
So it's Clanner mech.
Is that actually pink?
Yes,
Or
it is. This is pink.
Okay.
This
the white
is-
primer is messing with him there.
This is pink. I put a
is not
touch
just-
of red, bloody red, even into it.
That is not just pink. That is pank.
No, I've got that somewhere. This is pink. Somewhere I've got pale pink, which is
Okay, you're doing Pepto pink right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a little more red than that.
So it's pink toe.
Yep.
I'm also not very talented at color identification.
Well, no, you're
For
handicapped at color identification. That's a different thing.
That means you get a few extra shots at it.
It's true. We don't count all of your strokes.
That's what she said. Boom,
Yeah.
got it.
Just the clots.
Yep. Only the clots.
I was going to say the way I paint, I might cause some strokes, but
You paint fine. Especially, given your condition.
you mean the insanity?
You say. God, I can't even finish what I had in my head because it's like, oh, that's terms of service or demonetization or both or like FBI or something. I don't know.
Actually, I was thinking of it as a 2009 Star Trek reference.
Yeah, I got nothing.
They congratulate Spock on his testing, and he's getting into the Vulcan Science Academy, and they congratulate him on finishing and getting into the Science Academy in spite of his condition.
Is that when he bicycle kicks the dude?
No, that's when he basically low-key tells them to go fuck themselves and says, I'm going to Starfleet. Fuck this noise.
Okay.
I mean, they weren't going to treat him with respect anyway, so yeah.
Go be the best first officer of the era. Boy, that's an interesting thing to look at in Star Trek is the best first officer of a given era.
Oh, I don't know. How do we count DS9? Does DS9 strictly have a first officer?
DS9.
I think it's
happens at the
supposed to
same
be
time as
Kira.
Next Gen. It's supposed to be Kira because Kira is the second in command to Cisco, but Kira is going up against Riker at that point.
Also,
and
Kira doesn't have a Starfleet rank, so she can't.
she gets one.
In the last 3 episodes, yeah.
Yes, and
Throughout the majority of the
She's got
show, she has no standing with Starfleet personnel. Yeah.
but I'm saying that she would be up against Riker, and that's a tough sell.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, with the blue and the pink, it looks like your mech's not wearing pants.
Excellent. Somebody gifted a subscription.
It's not. It's a nightmare mech, but not the one you're thinking of.
This is the Donald Duck orientation or variation of the Ebon Jag.
He's Porky Pigging it.
Yep.
I know Donald Duckin and Porky Piggin are the same thing, but I find Porky Piggin to be funnier than Donald Duckin.
No, that's fair.
Oh, this is fucking cursed. My daughter's gonna love it.
Okay, Digi. Now the question becomes, with the Defiant in play,
Was
it Kira
Worf.
or Worf?
It was Worf. Worf was the one that had command of the Defiant.
So now there's 2 first officers to contend with out of DS9, and they have to go up against Riker.
Well,
And
then
that one from
clearly
from
the answer is
Voyager, but who
Chakotay.
cares? I was going to say that one from Voyager, but he doesn't count. Because the characterization is so random out of
Everyone on that show that's not Ensign Kim, because Ensign Kim's characterization is incompetence.
The poor dude's such a loser that he doesn't ever get.
He's ensign
promoted,
for
does he?
like 7 years. Yeah, he's still
And then
ensign
whenever
at the end of the show.
They get back to Earth. Like Voyager has traveled further than every other ship, and he's like, "Hey, I survived the trip," and like, "Good job, you're still an ensign." Piss
Good
off.
job, ensign dipshit.
You can teach cartography 101 at the academy. How's that sound?
You can be a
Give it to
tutor.
part-time TAs.
You can be a tutor. Go to the tutoring center. Tutor.
Still, that's up against Riker. And
I don't know.
that's-
How did you ever play? I know you played Star Trek Elite Force. Did you play the second game?
Mm-mm.
Okay, second game, no shit, is set after Voyager gets back to Earth, and like you're still ensign or
Monroe.
Monroe, yeah, you were ensign Monroe, and Monroe gets back, and rather than recognize the ingenuity that they had with having what was effectively Starfleet SWAT team, one of the heads of Starfleet operations says, "Oh no, your experience doesn't count. I'm going to put you teaching in the academy for 3 years."
You have wasted your time.
Yeah.
You are rewarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. And he's like, but I was kicking ass. And he's like, this is Starfleet.
This is
We don't do
Starfleet.
that
We don't
here.
kick ass around here.
We don't do that here.
Who do you think you are, Worf? What do you think you are, Worf in DS9 very specifically?
Yeah.
Not
You
Worf
are
on
not-
Next Gen where you get your ass kicked?
Sir, you are not Benjamin Sisko. Get over
Benjamin.
it.
Benjamin.
So, despite
Motherfucker,
having-
you cannot cook etouffee. Get your ass back out of the kitchen.
Can you cook quiche? No. Cartography 101. I don't know why cartography is the basic bitch class, but
I don't either. You have to take inspiring speeches 101.
did he ever give an inspiring speech? Because
Like-
so, despite having not watched most of the Star Trek things, I did see a video of Cisco punching Q. That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was like episode 2 of that show. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
Quest for a pink panther lance. Are we talking like the investigator or the cartoon panther?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to paint one as Steve Martin.
Well,
he's
that
gonna
tweet
say,
is going to be
Him
real
boo
interesting.
I want to buy an arbiter.
It's going to be fascinating you doing that tweed pattern.
Him burger.
Hamburger.
Der birder.
Der burger.
Well, I am distressed at precisely how Hello Kitty this fucking thing is. I haven't
So-
painted white on it yet, but that'll take 12 years.
You have succeeded in your creation.
I hate it.
Yata, honored sapien.
I hate it. I'm giving it to my daughter. She'll adore it. Daddy, it's my favorite colors. I love it.
And you're like, oh god.
This is a crime against... I mean, not even just the
Well,
clans. It's a crime against taste.
Pick which clan it's a crime against that you'll be happy about.
It is a clan... I'm sorry. It is a crime against... fuck it. Burrick. It's a crime against Clan Burrick. Because fuck centipedes. Fuck centipedes.
Phrasing?
I mean,
No.
yeah, Dux has got you there.
To hell with centipedes. I hate centipedes.
Yep.
They have too many legs.
Oh, Wazup has a good question. Can you add glitter?
There's already metallic medium in that.
Right, but it could be more glittery. Make it worse.
Shit, are we doing that again?
Look, when have I ever done that?
Thursday. This past Thursday.
When have you...
Aside from Thursday, when have I ever said, let's make it worse?
Dux. Honest question. Even if you didn't use those exact words, when have you not expressed that sentiment?
Right, but I'm not talking about the sentiment or the mentality or what I've done, which can be evidenced for years now. But when have I said it out loud aside from Thursday or yesterday or earlier today?
When have I ever
making
said
my
it,
point
except
for
for
me.
all the times I've said it in front of people? There are
Yeah,
witnesses.
you're kind of making my point for me.
Right, but aside from those occasions, anyway, circling back around, Parallax, we have to make it worse.
I'm not going to make it worse right now. I need to let it dry.
Wait, I know what you can do to make it worse.
Oh, no.
I have a great idea.
What?
It won't take very long.
Oh, no.
You need a pair of toothpicks and like some frizzy material that you can paint 2 colors, and you can mount pom-poms on the shoulders of it.
I get to play this incredible game where I look at a king crab and I try to decide, okay, is this a good 3D print or a CGL model? And I'm not sure. I think, okay, it's got a number. It's a CGL model.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the same pose as the CGL model.
Yeah, but the CGL king crab ain't that different than the PGI one.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I just painted mine red because I'm basic as hell.
Oh, because you were painting it as part of Clan Old Bay?
No, I think I was painting it as Clan, or not as Clan, as House Carita. Please take us seriously, Lance.
Oh,
I don't know if Mo's in the audience, but he just sent me a picture of a puppy making big puppy dog eyes, and it's adorable.
Is that a king crab 2C?
No.
Why the hell not? It was a Krispy design.
There's not even an Atlas 2C.
Fair.
They're like, we don't update on perfection.
I mean, they made the Orion 2C, and like it's not an Omni-Mech, but they give it to people, and then people are afraid to use their Omni-Mechs because they'll besmirch the name of Kerensky. I'm not kidding. Like, that's like, go read the Sarn article. It's right in there.
This is the no. That's my good mech. I don't get it out of the garage.
No, you have to drive the Orion. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the Orion 2C bucks. But when it's like, okay, you can take whatever mech you want. You can take the glorious Orion 2C, or you can take your Mad Cat. I guess I'll take the Orion 2C. That's a good boy.
And they're like, I don't want to drive it.
It fucks too
If
hard.
you do,
I
it won't
wanna
be in
drive
mid condition anymore.
Oh, let's see. I got. Oh, did I not get that out? Let's do that. I don't
Thomas
like that.
85 asks if there's a king crab with 4 long toms. Thomas, I think you can only fit 2 long toms on a king crab. Not that we've done that around here.
No more questions.
You just
No more
duct tape
questions.
to the arms.
There.
Nothing-
I don't like
nothing.
the fire moth. Let's paint this fire moth. What the hell is going on with this fire
What's
moth?
wrong with the dasher?
I think it looks
Hold up.
silly.
Wait. Hold on. According to what I have to consult the list.
The list.
To find out which line of knowledge it is. But I'm told that if orcs paint things red, it goes faster.
That's true.
That is true.
I do pay attention to the list of things that I know about Warhammer 40k as taught to me by this chat.
Now, I saw someone posit the other day that painting it red doesn't make it go faster, but they have some kind of genetic knowledge and intuition that says if they do something to make it faster, they instinctively paint it red. But that's less fun.
It's the Wog is magical, basically, and their entire species belief in it is what is
Yes.
enhancing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
By
they
the
were
same
passively
token, purple
psychic.
is sneaky, blue is lucky, and yellow is. I forget what yellow is. Yellow shooty. Like I know it's the bad moons are yellow and they have the most toofs, so they can afford the best stuffs.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought the orcs were collectively psychic,
They are.
but collectively passively psychic.
For the most part, weird boys do exist.
Well, in any event, I prefer that way of approaching it better.
It's more fun. Certainly
It
more
is.
fun.
You
Okay.
notice they have faster, more shooty, luckier, and sneaky,
Uh-huh.
but they don't have one that is more tougher.
Oh, well,
Orcs are already the toughest.
there's also like the clan of primitive orcs, and like there's them and there's the goths. So between the two of them, they apparently don't need a color. They're just fucking mean.
They're goths?
Goffs.
Yeah, so in orc speak, they sit around at Denny's at 2 a.m. and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes?
They're the orcs that you use as a rider when you don't want to make funny orcs, you want to make scary orcs. I don't know what color to paint this thing. I'll have a tool for that tomorrow. Let's do the thing. We're going to do the thing, guys. I need...
Dang.
How about orange and white checkerboard?
No, I've like I said, I've got a tool for this.
Oh my.
I will even put it on screen.
The Ghost Mac.
Okay. 5-color palette generator. I am not painting it just fucking blue thing. Try again.
Lady
Yeah,
Red
I can
just
live with that.
messaged me.
I can live with that.
Lady Red just messaged me.
What'd she
She
say?
said, "Who is your all-time favorite wrestler?" And I, of course, said,
Sting.
"Yes." And now I'm concerned about what's going to happen.
So purple, blue-gray. That is not Payne's gray, for the record. Pearl and sage. Yeah, we can work with this. So we'll do a base coat of a darkish purple. Which luckily I have, if I can find it. There's my dark purple. I was gifted by my family for Father's Day a thing called the Color Cube, which should be here tomorrow. And the color cube is basically 2 boxes full of 5-color palettes with illustrations of how they can be used together. It's actually supposed to be an interior design tool, but it's good for, randomly selecting colors out of a box too.
You are using it while interior of a building.
It's true.
So, I have to ask a question.
I have to answer a question.
Does anybody else in their family, do they fall prey to the Father's Day curse? Wherein, if their family orders something for them for Father's Day, by some way or another, it always arrives after Father's Day?
Well, this time it was on back order, so yeah.
Because dear sweet Nandy, every time she tries to order something for me for Father's Day, something happens to delay it until after Father's Day.
I mean, the fact that you've accepted it means that now they can just be as, delinquent as they want.
Sorry, Hal. It must be in the mail, furiously Amazons.
Truth be told, a couple of years, was it last year or a couple of years ago, she had ordered something for my birthday.
I remember this story. It was a couple of years ago.
She had me wait. And I waited patiently for 3 months before we finally got in touch with the company who had not sent it, and I canceled the order. Because I said, no, if it takes 3 months to send it to me, you all can kiss my ass. And I really wanted that too.
Did they kiss your ass?
No.
Well, I mean, that's basic customer service.
Having put so many years in retail? No.
Samurai, that is both incredibly disheartening and also incredibly believable.
No, you need to read it out loud for the mislabeled VOD that's going to be out at some point.
I once mailed a box of books to an old classmate for Christmas, and the post office lost the package for 2 full calendar years.
Wow!
That beats the story that I had where Mo mailed me something, and it went all the way to my local distribution, and then was sent back to his local distribution before being sent back to mine.
Our parents once sent my kids a package,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember what it was for. It was Easter, Valentine's Day, something that wasn't a birthday. Thank God it wasn't a birthday. And they actually thought to send me the tracking number this time. So I was able to track where this thing went. It went from Kentucky to Tennessee. So normal route of the distribution center stuff. Kentucky to Tennessee. Right. Montana.
A little out of the way.
Montana, California.
Also a little out of the way.
Colorado.
Sure.
Okay, getting
closer.
And then finally Texas. It took 3 weeks. And it wasn't a big package. It wasn't, and it was a card. It was a card.
It was a card.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Vectron. I had one USPS reported as lost. Vendor shipped a replacement. 4+ years later, the original arrived intact.
Intact? Wow.
Yeah. I had vehicle tags show up in a sandwich bag, but they only got my address because it was on the tag information itself 3 years after I'd sold the car.
I mean, there's incompetent, and then there's just impressively incompetent. That's
sometimes it falls behind a shelf in a warehouse somewhere, and nobody sees it.
And they shove it in a sandwich bag.
Yeah.
It was not in an envelope. It was in a sandwich bag.
This comes from Mercury Alpha. Better than something that was returned to sender that wasn't actually shipped and caused a bomb threat response at the local military base and Benny Hill music to play as the MPs couldn't find my dad's building.
Wow. I had Amazon this year fuck up a shipment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I ordered a new processor for my computer because I was running like 5 or 6 year old processor in my computer and trying to run Blender on it, and it mostly worked. But I ordered a Ryzen 9 to replace it because I could afford that now. And Amazon gave me a thing that said, we're processing your order. And it never updated. And time went by, and I was like, if it hasn't shipped by so many days after, then contact us. So it did. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll refund you for this.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a week. They didn't refund it. I contacted them again and said, hey, it never shipped. You told me I was getting a refund, and I never got the refund. And they said, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and expedite that refund. And it never fucking happened. So as it turns out, I am perfectly willing, after Amazon tries to steal $500 from me, to sick Bank of America on them. And as it turns out, when you tell Bank of America that Amazon stole their money, they're very angry. They're very angry. And they're also a credit card company, so they don't have souls.
Yeah, it's Bank of America. They say nobody's going to steal people's money except for us.
Exactly. That's our money to steal. If you steal that money, we can't steal that money.
Yeah, Bank of America screwed up us buying a house 3 times.
Awesome.
Same house. Check this noise out. And Andy and I went and looked at it. We liked it. It was pretty far out in the country, but we liked it. So we put in an offer. And they rejected all offers and took it off the market.
I remember this story. It wasn't that far out in the county.
A week later, they put it back on the market for like $30,000 less. So we put in an offer that was $2,000 above asking. They rejected all offers and took it off the market. A week later, They put it back on the market for 20,000 less. Again, we put an offer for 7,000 above cost because at this point it's a very nice house for like $50,000, and they rejected all offers and took it off the market. And the listing agent told Bank of America, "Go fuck yourself. You are an embarrassment, and you are making me look bad." So they sold it on auction.com, where we could not bid on it, for 20,000.
What?
I know, right? I have nothing nice to say about Bank of America.
Hey, they just happen to be the provider for my credit card. That's the only thing I have to do with them.
See you backpedaling.
What? They're not my bank. I use credit union.
Hell yeah.
I don't blame you. I'm debating between whether or not we're going to keep at the bank we're at or switch to the credit union.
Switch to the credit union.
Well, we have a friend who is a vice president in the bank. So.
Cool. Switch to the credit union. Our credit union gives us, at this point, it's something like 5% interest on our checking account.
Damn.
Yeah.
I need more rum. I'll be back.
I need more rum. I'm Mad Ducks. I drink rum.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Where?
I don't think Mad Ducks drinks.
He, very occasionally.
He was forced into Malort, but I think that's about it.
He will very occasionally consume something that is considered an imbibement, but even less frequently than he will use hard language.
It is less frequent, yes. Y'all are a really bad influence on me.
I'm the worst. I mean, I made you buy cigars, and you don't even smoke.
I gave it to my brother-in-law.
Yeah, but it's much funnier if I talked you into buying cigars and you don't smoke.
Yes, okay, we'll go with that. You peer pressured me into buying a cigar.
I did, by taking you to the cigar store.
You were driving, that is true.
I mean, is it really him purchasing it if you were, pushing a 38 special into his back?
I don't carry a 38 special. It's 380 ACP.
He's got you there.
I don't carry revolvers. It's not 1860.
I mean, still classy.
It is. For certain ones.
And I mean, you bob the hammer and there's a whole, can be operated in really tight spaces regardless. But no, I don't like double action triggers either.
Now, that said, I actually do carry a semi-automatic double action, so...
Oh, God. Why?
Because I don't have to worry about safety that way.
Are you pocket carrying?
No. Oh, so I have kids, bro.
Fair.
I want every safety I can conceivably steal for it. Well, although the kids do know to leave that shit alone. That has been drilled into them.
Still, safety first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Unless you're at work, then it's safety third.
Right? My personal carry is striker fired, but it has a manual safety.
I live in California. I can only dream of carrying.
You're going to tell me that they wouldn't let you carry a black powder pistol on your belt?
No, they consider that an actual firearm in the state, and that would be brandishing a firearm.
I mean, you also had to explain to security peoples that you had a steel kazoo.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's almost as funny as the time that Mad Ducks had to show a police officer a sausage.
I did. The officer pulled it out and everything.
Yeah, he pulled out your sausage right there on the side of the road.
Did he handle it thoroughly?
He looked it up and down. Yeah.
He's like, this is a girthy sausage.
Not as many words.
The fact that they said the kazoo was a switchblade, according to what they saw on the 3D scanner thing. Like, that's kazoo.
Dear the TSA,
What?
This year, I'm going to confuse everybody. I'm not going to perpetrate any pranks whatsoever.
But you didn't last year.
I didn't. Now, I did gift some things to friends that may have forgotten them around the locale.
Yeah, they misplaced them in very odd places, didn't they?
These things happen with a BPL.
It's true.
I love how I definitely did some pranking, and I have gotten credit for none of it. Everyone's just like, "Oh, that was Mad Dogs." Oh, all
You
right.
see, well, Ether, you got to consider. I placed one googly eye and one robot, and I did that publicly and blatantly as a distraction, so that everyone else could get away with whatever they wanted.
Yeah, you
And
were the lightning rod.
I got a feeling it worked.
Mad Ducks was the lightning rod for it.
I'm good
It's
at being the
awesome.
distraction.
So,
He's also good at
story-
drinking Malort, apparently.
My favorite story from all that, because I wasn't there for it, is whoever put the googly eyes on the windshield wiper holder of Diggs's car.
Guilty.
Because that is so hysterically funny.
I'll send you the picture of it. It's pretty good.
Please do, because that's...
I would like that picture as well. I have not ratted out a single person for a single prank.
You know, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed that the answer to that question wasn't Gummy did it.
She was aware of it because that's why I have a picture. I ran it by her. Is this going to freak them out too much, or is this good? And nope, that's fine. So she was aware of it while Bionic and Diggs were getting into the car, completely unaware of the googly eyes that were going to be staring at them once they sat in their seats.
Amazing.
And it
my
really
stickers
threw
were
Diggs
making it.
off.
That was the effect on him was really funny. I was getting blamed for stickers that the Mad Duck stickers that I didn't place, and I'm just like, nope, that wasn't me. I was just giving them away.
Yeah, you got the blame for it from my wife when I put one on the bottom of her insulated cup.
In which I was never there.
No, you weren't.
But you still caught the blame for it.
You know what? That's fair.
So, by the way, this is just a funny aside that's not going to affect anything until tomorrow night. But tonight, Kazuchika Okada lariated a luchador so hard his mask popped off.
I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, I'm done.
He's done, guys.
So. Funny prank.
Funny prank, guys.
Aha.
How many people are in chat at this point? I don't have that window open.
48.
Why? It's Saturday night. Don't you people have phones? Lives?
It's Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Some of us don't have any compulsion to be outside right now.
It's 96 degrees outside. I did all my outdoor stuff this morning.
It's true. It is hot as proverbial balls.
If it's 98 degrees outside, I don't want to hear their music.
Thankfully it's 96.
I got him.
One of us may have said into a microphone to a crowd of over 1,000 people, "Y'all, it's hotter than Satan's toenails," as an advertisement for a snow cone stand.
It's true.
That
did
is
happen.
That is a great way of putting it.
Y'all, it is hotter than the inside of Rush Limbaugh's corduroys after a quick, brisk walk.
Well, that would work if he wasn't, dead.
Well, that doesn't make it better, does it? One, it's zombie Rush Limbaugh.
First of all,
Tier 2 sub by IE Garrett.
What?
It's Geth.
Oh, Geth, re-up to subscription at Tier 2, 26 months.
Good God.
Geth!
Some people have been here for too long. I'm one of them.
Also, you just traumatized Bizmonkey and Night Owl.
I do that. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine.
And there's Granite Elephant. Hello.
Granite Elephant is. I declare him to be a good duck.
You never declared me to be a good duck.
I thought he was a good elephant.
He is, and he never forgets.
He moves slower than a good elephant does.
Who forgets ducks?
Quack.
What? Quack. Hello, Rimword. Rimword. Bleh.
Hello, Rimworld, the game.
Blah.
I'm Halzakar. I can talk goodly.
Hey,
BM
listen.
use words sometimes.
You're going
Words-
over your lines. What seems to be the problem officer? What seems to be the problem officer? You look him in the face.
You're going to jail, and then you wake up and realize you're still on the couch at home.
I have looked at an officer and said, "What seems to be the problem, officer?" And it was really hard to do it that wrong on purpose.
That had to have been a local cop.
Did he ask you to step out of the car?
No.
Local cop?
Parish. I had had
Okay.
a light out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. State cops don't have a sense of humor.
No, they can't. They're not allowed.
Yeah, those are uninstalled for them. Yeah.
Do they do that at the same facility where Tesla drivers get the part of their brain that knows how to drive lasered out?
No, unfortunately, that's a much more intensive process. That's the same facility where they convince people through torture and brainwashing that the Cybertruck isn't a bad idea or the ugliest thing they've ever seen.
I'm still that thing. It
is the worst flex on the planet.
No, the Ford Flex is fine comparatively.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's funnier if I don't.
It's the worst rich person flex that exists.
It is the cost of a house.
Not in California where it's made, it ain't.
Well, okay. If you live in a place where houses cost a reasonable amount, and that is still too expensive, it costs a house. I saw one of them in traffic, and I thought they looked funny because I'd seen the pictures. But when you see one in person, the pictures don't prepare you. And I'm glad I saw it in person before I met someone that owns one and saw it, so I don't laugh at them directly. But I had a full-on giggle fit. It was atrocious.
They're so dumb looking.
I am trying to find the picture that I shared with y'all the other day.
The problem is this, since I recently bought an EV, everyone at work knows I bought an EV recently, and they're like, "Oh, did you buy the Cybertruck? Because there's also one of those on campus."
And you were like, "I have a little more self-respect than that."
Pretty much, yeah.
Dare I ask what you bought?
Ioniq 5N.
Oh,
that's right. You told me about that. You also said you hadn't put it in sport mode yet.
No, I have. I've been bombing the back roads with it.
Oh, but not with your wife in the car, right?
Yes. Well, she's been in it when we went over, because we went to the coast this morning, and we went Old Watsonville Road, Watsonville, Santa Cruz, and then back up 17. So pretty decent drive, pretty aggressively.
How long did you have the Top Gear theme playing on repeat on your stereo?
Cookie,
I don't
see
like the Allman
card
Brothers.
Of fancy, and it is terrifying.
It is terrifying. Truth be told, though, the Top Gear theme is not just the straight Allman Brothers. There's some electric stuff.
It's not a cover of the Allman. It's not the Allman Brothers playing it, obviously.
Okay, Vectron says, I'm with Dux, though the pictures of a Cybertruck do not prepare you for seeing one in meat space. Holy hell, are they hideous. It's not that it's hideous as much as it is that it's outlandish.
There it is. I found it.
It is so visually stupid.
I am going to switch over the stream real quick so that they can see this picture of a Cybertruck I took. I took this picture, okay? I want everyone to know. This is not like, oh, it's a meme. No, I took this picture. I want everybody to see this.
Oh, I need to send you the one of when I saw it.
I want to hear Ether's reaction to this.
Fucked on race day, huh?
By the way, there was a Ford badge on the front of it, too.
They're just embarrassed.
I don't know what the QR code is. I just noticed that was there, but
the best part is it looks like it's a refrigerator magnet QR code.
It does. It looks like it's 3D printed.
I had a stretch where on all of my social medias, my profile picture was a QR code, and you can guess what it sent them to.
I'm gonna.
Oh no!
Never gonna give you up.
Yep.
Dude, I should print out a bunch of cheap magnets of QR codes of really weird fucking memes to go to and start sticking them on all the Cybertrucks around here.
Oh, we gotta go check.
Oh no!
Just we're gonna start calling the Candy Mountain Cybertrucks. It's just they're all gonna be Charlie going to Candy Mountain.
Here,
Candy Mountain,
Parallax, I
Charlie.
just sent you the picture I took.
It's a magical little Pluton, Charlie.
This is the where
It's
I
gonna
took
show
a
us the
picture of the.
way.
This is a picture of where I took the picture of the Cybertruck.
You know, on the upside, you could get like a little suction cup man to stick to the.
You just stick the Garfields on the outside of them.
Right.
Somebody
Unless you live in
go
a
back
place
to
where it rains.
1989 and get the Garfield plushies to put on Cybertrucks.
All of them.
All of them. All of the Garfield plushies on all of the Cybertrucks.
Parallax, I sent you the picture I
Yeah,
took.
but I
of the
can't read.
Cybertruck.
How can you read if eyes aren't real?
I was elected to paint, not read. Wait.
Wait, there's an election?
No.
Thanks, younger male Smith family member.
I mean, I would have voted for you anyway, but I didn't know there was an election because then, I
No,
could
you
have
were the one that was
participated in them.
elected.
I keep forgetting about that.
Howzakar wants me to post a picture of his wife's left hand and then also a Cybertruck at a McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the next time I was back near that McDonald's, I saw the same Cybertruck there.
BizMonkey says the only redeeming thing about a Cybertruck is that you can use it as a hibachi.
As a what?
A hibachi.
Well, I mean, everything else in existence is going to ruin the finish on the stainless steel. I'm still in love with the fact that they didn't clear coat the steel.
Digiman says...
Harold.
Digiman is addressing you, Parallax. He says, I won't lie, but when you cut away to show that dumb car, I was afraid of you showing the art Cookie made me make. You know what you have to do now.
No, I don't know nothing.
You know what you have to do.
I don't know
now.
nothing about nothing.
You know what you have to do now.
No, I don't. Actually, I don't. I don't know what we're talking about.
So, Vectron says they might look pretty cool if you painted them matte black and did a 1-inch color shift pattern on them. Here's the thing.
It's still gonna look like you exported a model from the original Half-Life.
Yeah, and I am so amused by how awful they are.
Parallax, check the holler.
In that
that!
Oh.
You've done good, Digiman. You got that reaction out of Parallax.
That Squick generated that fucking monstrosity. And now it's on a fucking shit.
Wait, hold on. Digiman, if you're not going to send that to Krispy Kreme, I am.
I mean, I don't...
No. Even better. Digiman, everyone send it to Krispy.
Oh.
Everyone send it to
hang on,
Krispy.
I gotta scroll up to the link. Hang on. Copy, clean link, because there's nothing clean about this. It is, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
You're okay.
I fully expect Krispy to laugh at that if he gets it 2 or 3 times.
And then
There's no way more than 1 or 2 of us is actually going to see it.
And then I'm going to delete it because,
Because it's a horrible monstrosity.
It is that.
Yeah, that right there. Let's see, Krispy. Message Krispy. Upload file to Krispy.
So
sin against God in the world. Uploaded. Enter has been hit.
I wonder if we can harass Krispy so much he comes in here to say what the heck.
Seems unlikely. I mean, you can try.
I'll try.
I mean, chat can do it too if they have Krispy's information.
That is horrifying, and I am now deleting it.
Your bar for horrifying is much lower than mine.
Yes, it is. I mean, I could fetch Apocalypse Jim.
No, I have. Here's the thing. My bar for horrifying is a Spectrum.
Oh, you're on the Spectrum?
It's on the Spectrum, yes.
We're in the BPL. I'm told we all are.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm functional about 2 days a week. Never the same 2 days, and never at the same time.
I am functional roughly 8 hours a day.
You fake it.
Hey, Hal.
Yep.
Don't look at the stream.
Don't look at the stream?
Don't look at the stream, Hal.
All right, I'm not looking.
Good.
Why is that only on the live stream and not on here?
He's showing us the camera sin, and
Gotcha.
OBS is.
You know, he's trying to drive away viewers, is what he's trying to do.
Hey, I don't know why they're here to start with. There's 50 of them.
We have.
That's it.
We have. Why are you here? Oh yeah. Why are you here?
There you go. Why are they here? Because Canute was unable to stream tonight. That's why they're here.
Yeah.
No, that's why we are here.
Well, I mean, what else were they going to do?
They showed up for the Canute stream, and
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the Surprise Merrick Workshop, we understand that you have a choice in entertainment and what you do with your time, and we don't know why you've chosen to spend it with us.
Yeah.
Rimworld asked, "What's good background noise while I paint?" How about the screaming of small to intermediate children?
No.
That's usually
Videos
mine.
of like the fainting goats screaming and falling over.
Honest to God, I'm going to tell you this. Like, if you want white noise, like, you can listen to a podcast, you can put on a TV show, whatever. Or if you want music, I have actually done this. There is an account on YouTube. This is a weird account. I'm prefacing that now because there's some odd shit on there, and I would play it for you, but I'm afraid that it's copywritten somehow, so I won't do that. But Space Banjo is the name of the account.
Banjo.
Pardon me, I'm going to Space Banjo.
Space Banjo is great.
Also,
if you go to
wanna
Space
listen-
Banjo, you can find the video that's confused me most out of Space Banjo is the Space Gnome Bluegrass. I don't know why it's
doesn't
gnomes.
matter. I'm just
That's why that channel looks familiar because I bookmarked it when you sent me the Space.
The Space Gnomes, yeah.
so
Space Gnome
If
Banjo.
you want to listen to a podcast, I'm on the latest WBPL podcast.
Oh, that reminds me. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about hey Ether, you get to be involved in this conversation. Knife Fight City sci-fi movies. That's what they were talking about. Like what
Blade.
you have to come up with a concept for a Knife Fight City low budget sci-fi movie. Hal's was a prolonged Jackie Chan style fight scene that was almost incidentally sci-fi.
Yes.
I would say I'd go for a Doctor Who knockoff, where it's somebody wearing a GoPro breaking into outhouses, acting like they're the target and kicking the shit out of whoever's inside of it
with a knife.
Just the porta potty door swings open, and the poor construction worker looks up, and you just start punching him in the face.
Yep.
While a knockoff Doctor Who music plays.
Cookie says Electro Swing is good. Electro Swing is very good.
Electro Swing is oddly good.
I recommend Tape 5. Hal was using some music for his opening for a while, and he didn't know what it was. I'm like, it's Electro Swing.
I still use it.
See, he's still using it. It's Electro Swing.
Mad Ducks, what's your Knife Fight City movie?
Knife Fight City movie idea.
Knife Fight City sci-fi low budget movie.
Knife Fight City sci-fi low budget movie.
Oh, and the outhouses all have to be blue.
Oh, excellent. Because that's the color of outhouses.
Save on location costs. They just show up to construction sites.
Like
I was going to say
it's just
it has
a crossfade of a blue porta potty with the TARDIS sound.
Well, no, my Knife Fight City
Spinning in place and the door opens. And you're like, "Get out of my spaceship!" And the guy goes, "What?" And just start hitting him.
Took a shit in my spaceship. What the hell?
My Knife Fight City film has to start in a $1 cinema with like old cheap ready seats and everything.
Sure.
And two local mafias,
Mafiosos,
meeting, mafiosos meeting there. Yes, yeah, that's how it has to open.
Okay.
And from there, it will just be an hour and a half of non sequiturs, and at the end, it just zooms out and shows the two people, the two mafiosos, going, "Good meeting, thank you very much," and then just they leave.
How is it sci-fi?
Every cutaway will be sci-fi themed.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so here was mine.
It's just cutting to clips from Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Here's my idea. I told Halzacard this one earlier. It came to my mind at the time. And the idea has not changed much since then. The concept hasn't. So this is still my off-the-cuff idea. So, Knife Fight City exists in this perpetual state of being a 70s and 80s franchise, right? My idea is actually to bring it up to a little bit more modern times. We're going to bring it into the 90s and give it a 90s genre film here, okay? So stay with me. What?
We do have painting question.
Oh, okay. That's more important than my idea. What have you got?
So hold on. I'm trying to find it. It was from Bully Bravo. Cookie says Bully Bravo has asked about painting the Donegal guards and how you all will finish them.
How do you finish painting dongle guards?
Okay, so Donegal guards tend to be... Actually, mine are a little bright for Donegal guards, but a wash will bring that down.
Dongle guards.
Realistically, they're just like dark blue, and I don't even think they have any highlights. A lot of times they have like a 4-leaf clover kind of feature to them.
Dongles.
Let's see. I'm gonna show a picture of what I use as a reference on them.
Dongle guards. They all have
guards.
athletic supporters on.
Come on, Dongle.
Some mechs do.
Okay, here
the
we go.
Dragonfire.
So, let's get that set up, and then I'll go back to viewer submission. Okay, so this is the unit color compendium. This is not official in any way, but it is illustrations of colors on mechs. So it's
just
kind of like
applied dark blue.
It's kind of like camo specs, but it's usually digital art, and it's usually from PGI. But let's see. These are all of their icons for their various units. Donegal guards and vehicles use blue-gray paint, and then they use shamrock set on a dark red square on Donegal mechs vehicles, insignias on the right shoulder, and then let's see. There's also various other icons. I have seen Donegal that, and this is the way that I paint them, with Celtic knots painted on them, which is a terrible pain in the ass. I don't recommend it unless you're confident in your ability to paint a Celtic knot. Like this one, you can see it's Celtic knots in green on the right thigh. Don't do that. Don't try to do it. That is
what if I know for a fact that I can't do that, but I want to try mess it up and then paint over it?
You can absolutely do that, but I'm telling you that
slide transfer,
or you could do a decal if you have weirdly a decal of a Celtic knot in green. However you want to do it.
It's those inkjet printers.
Inkjet printer decals are a nightmare, but
agreed. But it's doable.
What if I put on a decal?
BizMonkey knows about decals.
He does.
We'll make him explain.
You should ask BizMonkey about decals.
I'm going.
But yeah, it's basically the scheme is dark blue, and then do the mechanical bits in gray or silver or whatever. It's for the most part it's blue gray, and then if you want to do decals, Fighting Piranha does official decals, that you can order. That have like unit icons on them. Usually they don't have like specific regimental icons like this. But the important thing to remember with most of these kinds of icons, especially when they're as small as what you see on here, is you don't need to get like a photorealistic shamrock on this. You need to get the concept, like the idea of a shamrock on this. Just enough to communicate this is kind of like a shamrock. I
have an idea.
Blob blob stick.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Like I will quickly illustrate that here. This will be.
I have an idea.
What?
We can ask chat what I should cook in the toaster next.
You should do that. Dearest Chatathy, what should Mad Ducks put in the toaster next?
Chicken tenders.
Ooh,
salmon fillet.
Night Owl says that they do, in fact, have Donegal regiments. So there you go. And that they do excellent work. They do excellent work. Like, that's not a joke. Like, they do, like, legit. They're a commercial enterprise. They make decals, commercially. This isn't some fucking Etsy store where it's like, I pretend to have the ability to do it. No, like, they've got the expensive machines to do this.
So, is there such a thing as a not fighting piranha? Because that seems like a a given.
like a thing that they do. Oh,
Yeah.
so Titicus or Urbanicus has probably the worst idea: toast to see if it retains any latent flavor from the pork, the shrimp, the steak kebabs.
So like that's not terribly. I bet you can't even see that. Let's see if I can.
That is a sham of a shamrock.
I'm trying to see if I can actually.
That makes it a shame rock.
Hey,
Boom, got him.
let's see if I can get my camera to focus on it. Oh, I am twisted up like a pretzel trying to work my computer this way. Anyway, my Knife Fight City idea. Let's
I need to scoot.
like leave.
Also,
Ducks.
as
Ducks,
into part.
You have a good night, Ducks.
Okay, you can kind of see it right there on the left breast.
Toaster dogs was
Toaster
requested.
dogs.
I could
Toaster
probably do
dogs.
hot dogs in the toaster. I have
No
kebabs.
problem.
Toaster dogs.
No problem.
Straight from Rallies, toaster dogs.
Okay, so here was my idea for a Knife Fight City sci-fi movie.
Yeah, have a good night. I'll
You
still
too.
be watching.
Have a good night.
Okay, so here's the idea. It has to be a low-budget sci-fi movie.
Yep.
Shot-for-shot remake of Clerks. But anytime someone comes into the quick stop and they're looking for something, you put the word space in front of it. Also, people are wearing like one piece of Borg prosthesis. So like,
Do they have,
the
like,
milkmaids aren't
crazy-
coming in looking for the milk with the expiration date the furthest out. They're looking for space milk with the furthest out space expiration date.
Do they have like the same generic space helmet on when they walk in?
No, but some of them are wearing like the frame for a space helmet around their neck.
I was just gonna say I thought the same generic space helmet might cut costs more, so you don't have to glue them on. You can just be like, "Here, it's your turn."
No, Hal, you need to understand something here. All of this stuff is taking place in the far off time of the year 2000.
The year 2000.
Nonsense. The world ended at Y2K.
So there you go. My idea for low budget Knife Fight City sci-fi
Space
idea
Clerks.
is Space Clerks. Also, it's a Knife Fight City movie because instead of being unable to go to his field hockey game, it is in fact a field knife fight, and they have it on the roof instead.
Oh, they have a knife fight up on the
Yeah.
like a space knife
A
fight.
space knife fight, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
And then at
And the
the end of the
space-
movie, they go with the original ending that Kevin Smith shot for Clerks, where somebody walks in and shoots Dante behind the counter, except this time he gets stabbed
With a space knife.
with a space
Don't
knife.
they only take the cigarettes too?
Yeah,
So what
the space
you say
cigarettes.
is, "This is my space knife," and then you stab him with it.
Well, I mean, they zoom in and it says space knife on the side of the blade.
Oh, that's important.
Space
the
Knife
way of
TM
doing
or
it-
just Space Knife?
Space knife copyright. Patent pending. Patent pending space knife.
Patent pending
The
space
space
knife.
knife.
Space knife. Yeah, you'll have to listen for the full rundown of mine for Vibroblade. I'm sure it'll be
Vibroblade.
not horrifically disappointing.
And I'm going to admit to you, my idea, absolute hackneyed idea, but it brings Knife Fight City into the 90s with 90s slacker comedy genre for Knife Fight City. So like when they're talking about Star Wars stuff in Space Clerks, instead of it being them talking about Star Wars stuff as though it's a movie, it's current events, and it's not, they're not talking about contractors on the Death Star. They're talking about they're talking about contractors that were working on the Stab Moon.
Doomsphere.
No, the Stab Moon.
Okay.
So the
this-
Stab Moon can kill anybody on Earth by stabbing them from orbit.
So does that mean that a sequel that comes on down the line is called Space Theology?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Space Theology Awakens.
That's important.
It is.
And then there's chasing knife. And then there's mall knives.
Uh-huh.
Or they keep trying different knives in the mall, but they all
There's
suck until
there's
they find
Knife
the one
Fight
that
City
doesn't.
Girl. That one's in there too.
There's Knife Fight City Strikes Back. No, Granite Elephant, she wasn't stabbed 37 times. She stabbed 37 guys.
Yeah, that was the other joke that I had thought up that, damn, that I forgot to mention.
Every time I see you, I just think of you stabbing 37 other guys. See?
It's like, this is the dumbest possible idea.
Yeah, no, it is.
However,
At the coffee pot where people come in and get coffee just has
space
a knife
coffee.
sitting in it.
Space coffee.
They come in and get space coffee. There's a knife sitting in
Yeah.
it. Don't ask why. It's just there.
Instead of having a handle on the coffee pot, there's just a knife shoved through the side of the coffee pot.
Same with the milk jugs, actually.
Right? Space milk jugs.
Yeah.
That's how they inspect the dates, is they just stab all the milk.
Yeah.
It's,
Space
it's,
milk.
It's printed on the blade that's stabbed into the milk jug.
Yeah. Space milk.
Yes, Cookie Mama, this is stupid as hell.
It's a Knife Fight City idea. Of course it's dumb as hell. Like, this is one of those ideas where Crow's gonna laugh at this because it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Kevin Smith would still direct.
Of course he would. Of course,
Kevin Smith.
it would
is,
only
what does
be.
he call himself? A whore, a publicity whore.
It would, in fact, be the third time he's made that movie.
Oh, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because Clerks 3 was, what if we shot a movie where they make clerks in it?
Night Owl has declared us or ain't time.
Oh, no. Is that a thing we do here?
Which is different than Dick or Hand.
Dick or Hand. We're not playing a game called Dick or Hand.
Well, that attitude we're not.
Not with terms of service, we're not. So, Us or Ain't is a game we play where you make a wager on a thing, and then Cookie tells us how much goob you lost.
Okay. Who all is eligible?
Normal people and also Ether.
Grimos, what are you asking about?
I don't know.
Because he said what, and it's like, that's not near encompassing enough. Like, we need like a larger.
Ether, I'm going to ask you a question that I imagine is probably something akin to asking who your favorite child is.
Oh,
I mean, I'm banned from the gene pool, so that's not a difficult question.
Okay.
I do appreciate that Samurai responded correctly. Because Grimo said what,
okay.
and Samurai said, yeah, okay. It's a 20-year-old joke, sir, but it checks out.
It does.
I was about to clear them.
What's your favorite cocktail, Ether?
I mean, it depends on the
Normally,
mood.
somewhere else, whackity schmackity doo.
I like a good Sazerac, and I like a good Lion's Tail. I think are my two go-to.
Okay.
I'm convinced you made those up.
You did not make up a Sazerac.
Sazerac. A Lion's Tail, I can make them next year at PeopleCon if we want.
Hal has no palate, so make something terrible and tell him it's a Lion's Tail.
Well, it's a bourbon cocktail. So
I love it.
Alley. Yeah, so it's bourbon, half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of simple syrup, 3 shakes of your favorite bitters, and half a ounce of allspice dram.
Oh, I don't have that. I have everything else you just rattled off, but I don't have the allspice dram.
Allspice dram, it can be hard to get. Total Wine is the largest retailer I know that
Shit,
carries
I was
it.
there today.
Wait, can you substitute with Old Spice?
Yes, you can, Hal.
You can, yes.
Night Owl says that Parallax is too blue and he needs more gray. That sounds like depression talk, Night Owl.
It's okay. It's okay. Nobody said they were good dongle guards.
Dongle guards.
Dongle guards.
Yep.
Also a different website, as Squick would say.
Vectron says, I did in fact reference the fact that Night Fight City Clerk still wasn't the worst movie Kevin Smith has ever been involved in. And then the He-Man one would be the one.
Really? The He-Man Netflix series, not the fucking cop movie he made?
Cop Out?
Neppy.
What?
The quote.
Ah, not us. Not us, guys. Why is there a landowning vampire in the basement?
Oh.
It's an 8, guys. It's an 8. Sorry, everybody.
8. It's an 8.
It's an 8. You all just lost some goob if you betted us. Betted.
So even though I have no control over who wins on WBPLW, I refuse to bet on it for the simple optics of it.
Okay, Pete Rose.
What?
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 Yeah.
There was 500,000 goob up. God damn.
Jesus, guys.
Vectron, have a good night.
That must have been Grimos.
Grimos did say goodbye, Goob.
I'm convinced that Grimos is always here. Grimos, I'm not unconvinced that you're...
Grimos is all...
I think he's an AI that just manages the channel.
Grimos is all goob all the time.
Oh no, that is very watery. Let's see
You
if...
heard it here first. Grimos is very watery.
Grimos, why are you so watery?
I mean, you might actually need to put a stir in the bottle.
I mean, to be fair, this is a wash, so... There.
Yeah, but like I always like the Tamiya stirs for dealing with separated pigment like that.
That's true. However, like Proacryl has that. The new Fanatics paints have that. Vallejo does not, to my knowledge, although they're putting out a new version of both model color and game color, so maybe they'll have it in that. I don't know.
So what's the worst paint you've ever dealt with? Like it was good paint, just a pain in the ass to use.
Oh.
Citadels, mostly. Like Citadel paints are pretty... They can... The holistic experience of using Citadel paints is pretty awful. Because...
You use all of it pretty early before it separates.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that when I do have them, I've transported them into dropper bottles, because those paint pots are just asking to fall over. Like, I've got 1 or 2 paint pots here of Citadel. Like, here's one. Here's one. This is a contrast paint. It's Gilliman Flesh. I don't use these much, but I've got them. I've had them for a long time. Okay.
They're object lessons.
So, here we go. Here's a Citadel paint pot. This is contrast paint. So this is even more expensive than your average Citadel paint. This is like $8.50 a pot now. They're even more expensive than they were. You see how tall this is?
Yep.
Let's open the lid on this. Oh no, the lid's kind of closed. I need to get down to the pot. I need to open this for... Oh no, it fell over.
Yep.
I didn't even try to do that.
Yeah, I know.
So there's that. The contrast paints, using them is fine, but then there's stuff like, oh yes, we have our patented system where we have our base colors and then we have our layer paints. And what they mean by layer paint is that they have no coverage.
That means you have to call somebody else in for that shift.
Yeah, so let's see. I've got... Here we go. Here is a bottle of layer paint from...
I'm helping.
This is Troll Slayer Orange. And it does in fact say layer on it, just so everybody can see. And here is a black base. This is a nightmare for this stuff. We'll try it. Orange. Drop, drop.
Fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a relief it is. Okay, so how's the coverage on this? We'll get some on here. Like that.
Oh, God.
So.
That's mirror. Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, by contrast, here's the new Fanatics paint from Army Painter. This is actually from the Battletech box, but it's the same stuff that's in the regular Fanatic line.
And it's less.
It costs less. Okay, so, and then there's Pro Acryl Orange. Which, again, I'm invested at this point into Pro Acryl. Like, I was going to hold out and get a set of the Fanatics paints, and honestly, I could have done that, but at the end of the day, I know how the Pro Acryl paints are. I like how they work, and the Fanatics paints are comparable in quality.
I mean, that cap looked like it sucked, but
It's fine. It's fine. But again, here's the thing. This is the Army Painter bottle. This is the Pro Acryl bottle. There's substantially more paint in these. So that's just that is what led me to that. Get either one of them. They're both pretty good. Okay, this is the Pro Acryl. So you can see as they're drying. This is the Fanatic. This is the Citadel. This is the Pro Acryl.
So are you telling me that Games Workshop is selling subpar products for premium prices?
Yeah.
I am gobsmacked.
Water is also wet.
I am gobsmacked.
Now, someone out there is going to be like, oh, but it's a layer paint. It's meant to be put over a top of other things. Motherfucker, it is a paint. Like, if I want to make a glaze, I'm going to make a glaze. What you are selling me right now is, what if I sell you less potent paint and you have to put on 12 layers to actually get opacity? I bought that orange paint because I didn't have a good orange paint.
And you still don't.
No, I do. I have 2 good orange paints now.
Well, yeah, but you when you bought it.
Yeah, when I bought it, I really did.
Didn't.
And it was like, I bought the orange paint that was the color I wanted. And I got home and I realized it was a layer paint. And it's fucking terrible. And it was... Now, I promise you, someone's going to be like, oh, you should have used Gilliman's Taint Orange. It's a base color. They didn't have it at the time. So...
It also would not surprise me that Games Workshop would put out a paint called Gilliman's Taint.
So, for how many years have they changed their name to Warhammer and we still call them Games Workshop?
the company is still GW.
Is it?
Yeah. But, like, they've rebranded all their stores to Warhammer. The company is still GW, because they do still sell a few things that are not Warhammer. So,
like the Legends of the Old West and all that. I know occasionally those books still.
Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah,
they
Lord
do
of the
still
Rings.
they do still make a Lord of the Rings Warhammer.
They sit in the back of the store and collect dust.
Yeah, because as it turns out, they bought this license that's based on the movies, and there were only 3 of those. Yes.
Nobody cares, Krillin.
They have a Tolkien license, but it was a Tolkien license they bought in the aughts before, like, the Tolkien licenses started getting consolidated. So it was like, oh, you bought the Tolkien license for this specific set of things. You didn't buy all of the Middle Earth. It's like Amazon has Rings of Power. Rings of Power is based off the licensing that they have for, like, the Unfinished Tales. They don't have the licensing for the Silmarillion. They don't have the Silmarillion. Yes,
did.
the appendix. The appendix they bought the license for.
Oh, they had that. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
And they really should have that removed. If it gets infected, that's bad.
Yeah.
I have to give so much respect to the Tolkien estate for being for parsing it out that way. It's like, no. You don't get the Silmarillion. You get this little bit of it.
You get... It's the appendix to one of the Lord of the Rings books. Like, it's not even like the Silmarillion. It's not the Unfinished Tales. It's not Beren and Luthien. It's not, any of this shit. It's like, oh, you get the appendix to, like, Return of the King.
Like, Tolkien's grandkids are leaning across the table going, you're going to take it and you're going to like it, bitch. And Amazon went,
because Christopher
yes,
passed
sir.
several years ago. And like, it took my wife off guard when Christopher died. She's like, oh, no, Christopher, he was 90. Christopher was not a young man.
No.
And Christopher fought in World War II.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's like, well, truth be told, it's pretty remarkable he made it to 90. What with
I think
things
he
like
was even
nerve
older
gas.
than that, but let's see. I am
Like
now
Donald-
being given information. My son is snoring. Good for him.
Like Donald Sutherland was well into his 90s too,
I don't think that's true.
and he drove a tank.
He did.
He did.
Hey, knock it off with all them negative waves.
There it is. Thank you.
Donald Sutherland was 89.
I'm glad he was 89 and not 88 because that's 88 is part of a Nazi dog whistle.
Well, in any event,
Yeah,
how old
I'm
was
helping.
Christopher Tolkien? Christopher Tolkien was... Oh, wow. Jesus, Christopher. Christopher Tolkien was like... Holy shit.
That's why I
he
said
was
grandkids.
96.
That's why I said grandkids. Cookie, I'm
Which,
still
like,
going with 89.
Even Tolkien's grandkids have to be like pushing into their mid-70s at least.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yes. But Christopher was also not the oldest of the Tolkien kids. He was the middlest.
It's them waving their cane at Amazon going, you're gonna take it, you're gonna lick it.
We're gonna rip your asshole out before you can take the whole thing. Jeff
you wanna make
Bezos.
money off of our lineage?
Let me
And then it
tell
goes
you
back
something about John Ronald Rule Tolkien that you don't know. James
It
Ronald
goes
Rule
back to
Tolkien.
the epic rap battle of history where he says, got my children making millions off my Cimmerillions. And it's true.
It's true. It's
also, he's more rock and roll than George R.R. Martin ever was.
Yeah, because Led Zeppelin wrote some fucking songs that had like, Gollum and the Evil One.
Yes. If Led Zeppelin wrote songs about your stuff, you kind of win the am I rock and roll argument.
Which mech was I working? Oh, I was working on the
AC/DC
Crusader.
sure as shit never wrote anything like that.
Very different kind of band there. Okay, that's not gonna work. Da 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 da.
Are you humming the Helldivers theme?
No, I'm just afraid you're not ready for some football.
No, I'm not ready for some football. I'm also not ready for Hank Williams Jr.
Are you ready for some football?
Aether's listening to this going, dear God, why am I still here?
I mean, dude, it's been a little out of my league for a while, but that's all right.
Sorry, Ether. Let's Ether, what do you want to talk about? What are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
I'm chillaxing again. Went out and did the Santa Cruz run this morning, so I'm just beating the heat, hanging out with you guys.
Excellent.
So, all right. Ether, favorite classic car?
Ooh, that's not fair, Hal.
Classic
Okay,
car.
wait. I'll narrow it down. Favorite classic muscle?
That helps. Is a pony car a muscle car?
Yes, the original ones all were. So, I mean, unless they're just a nice secretary's car. I mean, you gotta go with like the old Plymouth Roadrunners, I would think. They're just kind of the better style, or the Daytonas, actually. Yeah.
I'll give you a weird take on this because I feel like I have non-standard taste on this. Like Hal's going to tell you he likes a '66 Mustang.
Yeah, it's because I drove one.
Yes, I know.
Nice little secretary's car. Got it.
Well, it had the 289.
Quiet you. Yeah, it was the 289.
It wasn't the later, bigger V8, but it was a V8. We'll give it to him on that. Here's my bizarre take. AMC Javelin.
I've never put my rubby little paws on one. I don't know much about it.
Okay, so it was an AMC. So it was a car that was built with the budget that they had, with the engine that they had.
So I had that Jeep straight six in it.
It was long before that straight six Jeep, but it did have a V8 engine. And I mean, you could also say the original AMX would fit here, but I would almost say I like the AMC muscle cars because, one, it's not an answer you hear all the time. and like it deserves to be recognized on a certain level. But also it was like, yeah, it is a stripped down muscle car. There are no frills on an AMC Javelin. You are getting car plus vroom, and that's it. It's like buying a Challenger now.
Or a Viper. A Viper does not care who you are. A Viper says, you will either respect me or I will kill you.
Yes, it does. A Viper is like driving a TVR.
Ha! Holy crap.
So, favorite muscle car, Ether?
He said the Roadrunner.
Oh, okay. Favorite Sportster? Or Roadster, not Sportster.
Roadster, that would have to be an old 904.
I think Hal and I might have very similar answers, but I'm curious what he says.
Go for it.
Porsche 904.
I'm going to say a post-73 MGB. I'm sorry. Yeah, pre-73 MGB. Pre-73.
I suppose the question is where the cutoff is.
Well, I mean, the MGB was made from 1963 to 1980. So any answer I give in there is going to be, yeah, it's an MGB. And I say a pre-73 because that means it's after 66 when they swapped out the generator for an actual fucking alternator, and before all of the EPA regulations throttled the power out of them.
You don't like building resistor bridges off your generator?
Listen, man, my problem is when we say classic, I need that defined.
Well, I mean, you're the one asking the question.
Yes, but
define your terms.
I've had a decent amount of coconut rum, and I'm really tired.
I mean, it's weird. You go to the classic races nowadays, and you're seeing stuff from the freaking late '90s is running. What?
Then I'm gonna take the amusing choice. MX-5 NA.
The original.
He likes the ones
not the EOS, but the
winky
MX-5.
ones.
Yeah, up and down headlights.
He likes the winky ones.
All right.
Why? Easy to work on, fun to drive, everything you could want for a roadster.
I feel like
a lot of the headaches.
I feel like you're describing the MGB, except you said no headaches.
And I mean, having watched those in the the Miata Cup back in the days, that was boxing with cars. Holy crap!
Well, they didn't cost anything, and everybody fucking had one. So yeah.
I've almost ended up with one of those coming out of high school.
Bullshit.
Who didn't?
Yep. Almost happened. If it did, I'd probably still have it.
I shall return in a moment, gentlemen.
All right.
Okay. Read what Bully Snake has to say.
Bully Snake says, does it have to be stock? Because there is little that is more soul-crushing than getting smoked by a 1970 VW Beagle that can be pushed under 10 seconds with enough work.
I mean, are you staying to the original Type 3 engine on that, or what are you doing with that?
I was kind of thinking that we're looking at the stock variation, because if you start tuning on anything, then you can make it you could put Optimus Prime under the hood, and it's like, oh, but it's in a VW body, and it's like, damn well that's not what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a '73 Carmen Gio with a fiberglass pan bored out to a 1914 and a turbocharger on the goddamn thing. I never got down into the tens, but goddamn was that thing quick.
So you're telling me that you had Weird Al's favorite car, but tuned?
Ish. I think he's big on the Cabrio version of it.
Well, okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go more contemporary. More contemporary roadster, we'll say, from the 2000s to now.
Roadster from the 2000s.
To now.
Probably an Elise.
Okay, that makes sense. When was the Esprit made by Lotus?
The Esprit, they stopped making. I mean, those were made again. I think they made the Esprits from like '80s all the way into the mid 2000s.
I see Granite Elephant has hit the classic answer with the S2000. I get it. I would actually love to have an S2000, but I'm too tall for them. If I sit in an S2000, the windshield comes to just under my nose.
That wash helped a bit. I could probably stand to
And
do another one.
the fun thing about the Esprit is it made it across South America with James May driving it. So
I mean, the thing that always goes out on the Esprit is the turbos. So you get the V6 with because it's a Toyota V6, right?
so it'll still go.
And it will probably go for a very long time, just perhaps not quickly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. All right. I'm going to be weird. Are you ready, Ether?
Oh, I'm interested in what this is.
Favorite body-on-frame car from the 2000s onward?
Whoa, that's a short list. That's like, what if truck or large SUV? Or, I've got one other option.
Yeah.
2002 Jeep XJ.
I was going to say, didn't they make the Crown Vics and their derivatives into the early 2000s?
They made it up to like 2006, 2008.
Yeah, that'd count.
So the Falcon Body Fords is on your list. Wow.
Sure.
Got that Ford modular that made no fucking power, but you could boost the shit out of them.
Hey, you could get a Mercury Marauder in there.
Okay, yeah, a whopping 200 horses out of the Marauder.
I'll tell you the truth. My dear wife Nandy's dream car is a Buick Grand National.
So you're back to the 80s on that, and outside of your parameters.
I'm just throwing it out there as a discussion point. I'm not necessarily throwing it in as a...
Okay,
whatever.
Ether, what is your remarkably small pool of options land on?
I missed what the specification
Body
was.
on frame car from post 2000.
Oh, yeah. Right. Christmas.
That's why I'm going with the
evil as
XJ, because I can say the XJ and it's basically the same car it was in 1986.
Yeah, it's before they started screwing with them.
No, it's before they started making the Jeep Liberty.
Right.
Shudder.
Problem is I haven't driven any of those, so this is just what I've read in magazines and looked at before, which none of those were exactly interesting cars to do that
That's
with.
fair. That's why it's a weird question.
That's why I'm saying the XJ.
The Oldsmobile Aurora was out of production by then. Because I think that died in what, 98?
I do not remember.
I mean, you're saying Oldsmobile here. That is outside of my breadth of knowledge.
Well, that was one of the more interesting GM cars I remember. The kind of that era, kind of going into the later 90s, early 2000s, but I think it was dead by 2000.
The Chevy Beretta.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that was
Okay,
gone in the
here.
mid-90s.
Let's dovetail that into a different idea. As Jeremy Clarkson says, cars that are basically bought by people as an appliance to do something with are an car. So what is your favorite an car?
Ooh.
As an appliance.
Yep.
The car you buy because you need a car, not because you
yeah.
And you want it to be, decent.
Affordable.
Yeah.
Affordable, something entirely different.
Yeah, it is. But
I recently just got my mom into a new Toyota RAV4 because plug-in hybrid, yada yada yada, and she's only going to use it as a utilitarian haul around her grandkids kind of thing.
Right.
But
Granite Elephant's
that
take
was not cheap.
Is a 2005 Subaru Forester with a 2.5 and a 5-speed.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play off of the normal stereotypes on this, so please don't demonetize me, but I didn't know Granite Elephant was a lesbian.
That, and once those get up in higher mileage, those start eating main bearings.
And also, it's a Subaru with all-wheel drive. It's got that tiny-ass transaxle in it. It's gonna tear itself apart.
Bulk Zerker, the Ancar 2004 Scion XB first gen.
Oh,
Bulk,
yeah, Hal's car. Thanks, Bulk.
Yeah, I drive an 06 XB. I love
Fucking toaster.
I love it.
I love my toaster.
I do.
Mad Ducks makes food in me.
Mad Duck says, as an car, I miss my old 95 CR extended cab pickup.
Oh yeah,
That's a truck. I don't know if I'd call that an car. But okay, here is my answer for the an car. Is late 90s, early 2000s Buick LeSabre.
shaking my head again.
The retired cop's car.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
the retired cop's car. Alternatively, the active mechanic in the aughts car.
Yep. But it's comfy. It's got decent power.
It has an engine compartment roughly the size of a 40-acre field, so you can get around and work in it.
Yep.
Oh no, that's pink. Fuck you, Hal. My brush got.
Do anything, but that's hilarious.
You laughed at me. Okay, for those of you playing along at home, this is how you can fix that. I immediately hit it with some water, and then I am dabbing it up with a makeup sponge. And as you can see, I got most of it up. Yay!
He's saying dab.
Stop saying dab. Oh, wait, there's still pink in there.
Oh, Thomas85 says Volvo 240.
Yeah, that's kind of an car.
Is it an car if it's a hipster car?
No, it's an car because it's a Volvo, and it's like, this is car that go. It doesn't do much more than go, but it's go and it's workable.
I have a friend who loves Volvos. His phrase is, I love slow and boxy. And I was like, that's what you got.
Okay, Hal, I'm going to shift gears on you. See, gears, because it's a car thing. Bully Snake's first car was a 99 Jimmy. It took all the abuse that he could give it and refused to die. Okay.
Who was it that had one? Mad Duck said that his first car was a... What did Mad Duck say? It was a... Where was it? It was a 77 LeSabre.
Listen, Mad Duck's is older than me. He's not that much older than me. That was an old car when he got it.
Dencon Zenith said, I almost bought an XA, but I didn't fit. My head brushed the headliner, so I got a Ford Focus instead. The first car that was like mine was an Escort ZX2. But the truth is, I did really enjoy that car.
I was going to ask the question.
Yep.
Not necessarily of cars you've driven. I'm willing to take cars you've seen, cars you've read about, whatever. The car that you like most in whatever circumstances you choose to make it, below $25,000 between 2000 and 2010.
New or used?
New.
I'd have to go look up pricing.
That was right in that period. I was coming out of high school and in college. I know what I had. I liked my car. It wasn't fast, but it was fun to drive. I had a Focus ZX5, the 4-door hatchback. It didn't have a ton of power. It wasn't terribly fast, but it handled great.
Yeah, you almost put it into the guardrail when a friend of ours popped up from the back seat with a Batman mask.
Well, I mean, I did look in the rearview mirror and say, "Are you wearing a Batman mask?" And then he yelled, "Where's Falcone?" at me. We were on the interstate at the time, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have the prices in my head for the new and the
Okay, then what's the feel then? Like, what are you thinking? So you
like daily driver or fun?
I didn't specify, did I?
Specify. He said for the purpose you want to use it for. Oh.
Well, I mean, if I wanted to have one that would sit in the front yard broken, I could get a Mazda RX-7.
It's rough.
At that
That's-
point, or were you at we at RX-8s at that point? The RX-7 was kind of a
That was kind of a 90s car, wasn't it?
car. Yeah, I think that was dead before the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
On the other hand, yeah, that would have been dead. Mostly just
So,
the points on the rotary engine would have killed it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
well, they brought it back with the NS Wankel in like 2005 because that was the X-Men car, right? So that might have been available in the RX-8.
Hmm. Hmm.
But those are notorious for consuming more oil than they do gas.
All right, here. Just for the sake of having a weird answer. For a people mover. Hang on, I got to look up and make sure it falls in this.
The Dodge Caravan.
I got to make sure it falls into this time.
Ether, what's your answer? Do you have an answer?
Um,
Damn, it only.
Sadly, we're falling back into Miata territory on that because that's generally a fun car for no matter what you do it, and at those dollars, particularly at that level of inflation, that you get a decent one.
Yeah, I suppose. Like at that point, as far as I have an car, I have a car that fulfills my needs.
Oh, we're falling back to Anne.
No,
Okay.
I mean not necessarily. Like I said, whatever you want to do, but like if I were in this time period and I had that amount of money to spend on a car, I might say something like Granite Elephant says the SN195 Mustang, so the 05 Mustang. I might say something like one of a compact truck from the era, so like a second gen Tacoma or a Ranger or something like that.
Okay, someone's saying a Mazda 626 V6, but I mean, I know that those things eat transmissions.
Yeah, but if I had that Ranger, I'd still be driving it around and I'd be yelling, "I know that truck. I ain't no stranger. That's a Ford fucking Ranger."
Okay, so technically, this was made into the 2000s, just not in the United States.
Oh shit!
Nissan D21.
Really, the hard body? You're going with the hard?
Because then you don't have people bothering you all the time. Will you sell me your Toyota pickup? Sell me your Toyota pickup. Sell me your Toyota pickup. I'm gonna follow you home. Sell me your Toyota pickup.
You know, this sounds very much like the kind of people that I see online saying like, "Oh, why no can buy $12,000 Toyota truck that new?" And the answer is NHTSA. The answer is NHTSA.
Chicken tax?
No, NHTSA. Like even if they built it domestically, NHTSA would annihilate that thing.
Oh. Yeah, Mad Ducks is correct. The most
Yeah,
commonly
that's
sold
a
vehicle is
fleet
the
vehicle
F-150.
thing.
If you were to sell all the F-150, if you were to take all the F-150s sold in a year and put them bumper to bumper, they'd wrap around the earth multiple times.
If you were to buy all of the F-150s in a year and wrap them around the earth a couple times, some of them would sink.
Yes, that's also true. My favorite car ad I've ever seen is a little bit morbid. It's got a VW Bug.
I'm getting a question. What is my dream car in every category with no money limit? The AMC AMX3. And I'll tell you why. Because there were 3 of them. One of them still exists. It was developed by AMC in the early mid-70s. The body was designed in Italy. They had it ready for production, and they didn't have the money to put it into production. It would have been an American supercar to compete with the Countach, which I'm saying the Countach and not a Ferrari at the time because the Countach was also just an unbridled fucking monster to drive. The AMX3 would have been very similar.
Who was doing that? Was that Pininfarina or De Tomaso that was doing?
I
body
believe it was
form?
Pininfarina. And if you look at those things, they look sexy as hell. Yes, an American supercar to challenge Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Uh,
Let me get the picture pulled up. So let me get a little bit more information on this thing. It was designed in 1970. Let's get all the details on this. It was supposed to be produced in Germany by Carmen. De Tomaso Pantera designed it. Wait,
okay, so
yeah.
Well, the Pantera is its own.
Okay,
car.
AMC
De
wanted to
Tomaso's
compete with the similarly designed De Tomaso Pantera.
Gotcha.
Dick Teague designed the car. Yes, Hal, Dick Teague. He has a funny name, but let's see. Bizzarini designed specific components of the car. Let me see if I can actually find the specifics.
Ooh, good call out on the rough CTR.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's basic, and it would take a lot of modding before I bought it. But with a reworked electrical system,
That's a big if.
yeah, it's a huge if. Even without the movie tie-in, I think the DeLorean looks cool. I don't need the fastest car in the world, but you'd have to go through and like rip out all the electronics and redo them. Of course, if I have no money, like if I have
no limit on the money,
budget fallback, then yeah, why the hell not? Having a DeLorean that runs, can you imagine?
Yeah, the answer to the question of I have a DeLorean I want it to run is you do an engine swap with. There's a Volvo engine that fits all the shit for that. So
all the Renault mounts. That's funny.
And you rip the electronics out so they don't freak out.
Okay, so it was designed like the frame and such was designed by Diamante. So Salvatore Diamante and Automobile Bizzarini.
That happens, granted. It's super easy to be accidentally either become, as he's saying, LS. It's easy to become either a Corvette guy or a Porsche guy if you're at all interested in performance out of your car.
Okay,
Now,
I'm gonna quickly I'm gonna
it.
quickly swap over to the screen here so people can see this. This is the AMX3, and again, 1970 on this thing.
Oh wow,
Pretty
I would have
nice, yeah.
clocked that as a De Tomaso.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. Hey, TK. So
I think they made Hot Wheels of that. They
Wouldn't surprise
made
me.
more Hot Wheels.
It had a 6.4 liter V8 with 340 horses, which again, 1970, just before the gas crisis, 340 was pretty good. And it was 340 completely unregulated horsepower. This car would have fucking killed you. This car
also,
would
Mad
have
Ducks
thrown you off the road at the first opportunity.
Mad Ducks threw in the Gumpert Apollo, which at least to me kind of looks like a mix between an RX-7 and something made by by Bugatti.
Most of those are kit cars.
They are, but it's okay.
Oh, let's see if I can come up with another fucking bizarre take for this. If I had all the money in the universe and I could get whatever car I wanted to, and I wanted to make people's eyes bleed every time they saw it, the Prangler.
The Prangler. Oh my god.
I would put as the counter to your Gumpert Apollo Ducks is look up an Ultima GTR because they're a bit nicer finish wise. You can get them made in America. I don't think they're making them anymore, but they're not making Gumperts anymore. So
Here, look, you want weird pick? Ready for weird picks? Just for the sake of a weird pick, not because I'd actually want it, because I'm not convinced I could actually fit in the damn thing. Chevy SSR.
Shit, it won't let me pull up that picture of the Prangler.
There's the Prangler.
The Prangler. There we go. The Prangler. You
Are
all
you
have
calling
to...
a Prowler a Prangler?
No, it's so much worse. It was a development
Oh, what the
Prowler. They were developing the front end and the suspension
My
for
eyes.
it. And the
Monster, my eyes.
the only car they had that had a cab that fit with the front end was the Wrangler. So there are a number of Pranglers in existence. It's so awful. I love it.
God,
That
if I
is-
ever won the lottery, I would collect them and burn them just to make humanity better.
It's like that episode of Justified where the guy buys Hitler paintings and burns them.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. The Prangler.
The Wrangler. It's almost as ugly as a Fiat Multipla.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure it's that bad.
Oh, that thing is ugly as hell.
The Prangler. Oh, it's so awful. I love it.
You know, the weirdest thing about the Fiat Multipla is apparently, outside of looking like complete and utter shit, apparently it was a decent vehicle.
I don't know, man. Like, I would have been embarrassed to be seen in it.
Yeah.
But also, I would be seen driving the Prangler, so, I mean, I don't know what that's worth. The Prangler. You see, I've taught Ether something tonight. He didn't want to know it.
No.
He was happy.
Why?
I said was.
Why?
Ether's going to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and just be like, Parallax showed me a fucking Prangler. Life will never be the same. Prangler.
God.
Why the Prangler?
Wrangler.
Stop all the downloads. It's a Prangler.
Wrangler.
I would say it was photoshopped, but it was too awful for a Photoshop. It's
that's
clearly
true.
something they
And it's
actually did.
documented. This thing existed.
They would have. If it was Photoshop, they would have smoothed out some of the lines.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
No one would believe you if you came to him and said, hey, man, this thing looks pretty fucking janky. You'd be like, Prangler. Like, the Prangler is one of those cars that makes people that aren't car people throw up in their mouths.
The Prangler is the to the pain of cars.
Yeah.
When everyone screams, "Dear God, what is that horrid thing?" and you hear it in your perfect ears.
Yup. Welcome to the Prangler.
Bezbear, I don't actually hate on the Aztec.
Because it's the Cybertruck done 20 years earlier?
And better.
Yeah, it's nicer in the interior than a Cybertruck.
It also doesn't rust in bird shit.
Yeah. The thing about the Aztec that I appreciate is they did all kinds of fun gimmicks with it. And frankly, I understand why.
Yeah.
You know, having the center console that's a cooler that you can take out, having a tent that you can put on the back, like all that stuff is stuff, but that's fun stuff.
So the Aztec was the car that happens when you decide to sit down and design a car and you just let the engineers do it and you don't let the marketing people anywhere near it. There are good ideas in this car and it is ugly as sin.
Yeah. Oh, and Granite Elephant points out that the tent was not a $10,000 option.
That's true.
So,
Unlike the Prowler that had its, trailer that you could also buy.
That was paint matched.
Yeah.
you got a little tag along like it's a freaking Harley or something.
Let's go.
No, it's a Goldwing. It's a Goldwing. You've got a little
Leave the
space to put your
Goldwing
luggage.
alone.
I'm just saying, it's a tag along trailer like a Goldwing that you can actually put your luggage in.
Just the Honda Goldwing, the motorcycle you buy if you want to ride it, have fun, and don't fucking hate yourself. Also, if you have the money for it, like that's also a given here. But like the Goldwing, it's like, oh yeah, we have a 1600 cc, 16 or 1800 cc engine in this thing, and it's fucking comfortable.
And a reverse gear.
Right? It looks a little goofy, but by the way, it's a motorcycle with air conditioning. I wish I was making that up. I kind of do. But
My dear sweet Nandy has a deep-seated desire, not for a motorcycle, but one of the motor trikes.
Oh God, I need you to be
Wait.
very careful with the next words out of your mouth.
With
Which
the
one?
2 wheels in the back.
Oh, God.
That's got stability issues written all over it. At the same time, though, like the first time I saw a Bombardier slingshot, I had a stroke because I didn't know what that was, and I couldn't figure out how to even ask Google, like, what the fuck is that thing? It was just like, I don't know. What does a stroke look like? I guess it's that.
Look, man, I don't know. She likes it because, number one, she thinks it would be more stable.
Like, it might be more stable than a motorcycle if it was sitting still.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we had a group of guys who had those with
Tri-Glide.
VW engines in the back of them when I was working at the Bug Foreman's.
Okay.
And we lost 2 of those guys in like
Ooh.
3 years because, and it just low speed cornering goes, it tipped over. And
Really?
yeah, when you put a Volkswagen engine and gearbox on top of somebody, they don't live all that long.
No. I actually did not know that those rear 2-wheeler, like, Power Glide trikes or anything like that were less stable.
Okay, here's the thing, Hal. I want you to think back to the episodes of Top Gear where they talked about the Reliant Robin. Why does the Reliant Robin tip over?
Well, in that particular one, they gimmicked it so it would tip
Fine.
over more easily.
It still does it. You've seen the guys on Donut tip this car over also when they made the same argument you just did.
That's a fair point.
So it tips over because it's got one wheel in the front. Because you're cornering on one wheel.
I guess I never thought about it. I just took her word for it.
So when you have 2 wheels in the front, you can like get some lean into the body and it's not going to tip over because it's leaning on the fucking wheel.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
The Carver was the 3-wheeler that leaned. God, I wish those had come to the US. Those look so fun.
Who made it?
Carver was the name of the company.
Okay, so this is what it looks like when I get a random selection of paint colors from the 5-color palette generator, and that's not awful. It's certainly not a palette I would pick.
Oh, my dear sweet Nandy would hate these things.
But it's like, it's tan and green and gray and purple and gray. It is a weird color, but you know, it kind of works. Kinda. And it also got it painted, which is the important thing. That's one more of these that is painted to tabletop quality before the Kickstarter ships. I've only got another 100 fucking mechs to do that with. I've got so many CGL mechs to paint. Oh, God.
I do, too.
That's not even counting my fucking, like, printed ones.
So, things that whenever my stuff arrives, the thing, I'm going to put a stop to everything else I'm painting. And I'm going to go ahead and do the first Somerset Strikers. Because
I mean, that's not one color palette.
It's not. No, it's not.
Okay, I can do something with this.
I do already have an Axeman to do. I just haven't primed him yet. But I'll do the first Somerset Strikers.
Man, that Axeman is a pain in the ass, Al.
I will try. I can't promise I'll stick to it. But I will try to match them to the TV show. Yes, Mad Ducks. Yes, I do.
What did he say?
He said, I have an Axeman to grind.
He does. He does, in fact. He does grind Axemen. It's a weird thing for him to do. But he was also, you know, printing more Irbies, presumably with hats tonight. So take that for what you will.
So, this ain't Donegal car Warhawk?
I'm generating another 5-color palette here that's a weird set of colors I'm going to give a shot, where it's dark purple, royal purple, kind of a desaturated blue purple, a light desaturated blue, and orange.
So there's a question here for you from Garimos.
I didn't
I
know
have
he had 7 R's in his name.
I do it that way.
I've noticed.
I have wobbies coming. Any camo or paint scheme ideas for them?
White. Let me look real quick. God, I don't paint wobbies very much.
I was gonna say, get a different faction, but that would be a dick move.
It would, but it would be in character for you. So
yeah,
I went there. Okay, so let's take a look here. Shadow Division. They are black on the lower portions, fading to a light gray on top. The Opicus Venatori, charcoal gray fading to white at the extremities with gray patterning on them. Wabi militia units are Comstar white. And the Shadow Division 52nd is black on the bottom and red on top.
AK Lone Wolf, subscribed with Prime.
Yeah,
26 months, 4-month streak.
Lone Wolf, tell me if I'm stepping on your time slot. I don't remember. I think you go on Wednesdays, but I suck at things, so. Lone Wolf, when are you streaming? I don't know if you're going tonight or not. Alaska is a long way off, and I don't know things. Oh, he's middle of the week. Okay, so he's Wednesdays.
All right.
I don't know. He could go tonight. That's fine. I've been on for almost 2 hours at this point. Actually, I've been on for longer than 2 hours at this point, haven't I?
I'm looking at the...
2.5 hours. Holy shit. I've gotten painting done.
Yeah, we're not screwing with you because...
Yeah, I'm not good at memeing. Sorry, bud.
We don't have Squick. So
summon him. He'll fuck me up. He'll make me unpaint shit I've already painted.
Yeah, he's good at that. Axeman loadout, the base loadout is an AC-20, 3 medium lasers, a large pulse laser, and hatchet.
For one of them, yeah.
I find to be a failing because it says hatchet and not axe.
Yes, but even when you have something like the... Oh, shit, I can't remember the name of one of the Curitan ones that has a fucking sword on it. They still call the sword a hatchet. That hatchet is just the word for big fuck-all sharp melee weapon.
So the last time I was playing in MechWarrior 5, and it's been a while, I kept getting this mission that had an archer that had the 4 medium lasers and a sword.
Uh-huh.
But I could not complete the mission satisfactorily. It was one of those Warzone missions, and I was not equipped properly for it.
Let's see. Sounds like you made a series of mistakes.
Yeah, I did. I bit off more than I could chew.
The Nodachi one of the ones that was based on the charge?
Yeah. Oh, the Nodachi. No, the Hatamoto Chi was based on the Charger.
Thank you.
Oh my!
It was basically, what if we took the Charger and made a thug out of it,
and put on a funny hat?
Also that. But yes, the Hatamoto Chi is literally what if we made the Charger a thug.
Falkenstein, I resemble that remark.
What did he say?
He said, I hang out with Aiden too much. Mistakes were made.
That's true. That's purple. We'll work some more purple onto that. A1A is best mech. Which one? Who's Dachi? Knows Dachi.
That Dachi. This Dachi?
Lone Wolf needs to paint more minis. Well, Lone Wolf, you can do it on Thursday nights. Falkenstein, what worked? Oh, yes, the Hatamoto Chi. Yeah, it did work. Oh, I don't like the thug very much. Like, I get that the thug is, what if we made a Warhammer but made it survivable?
Warhammer on steroids.
No, because then it's like, we took the Warhammer and we put fewer weapons on it. We made it 10 tons heavier. It's roughly the same speed. It has more armor, yes. It desperately needed more armor because at 10 tons, it only has 1 more ton of armor than a fucking Shadowhawk. But it's like, we took off 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, and 2 machine guns, and we put in 1 SRM6. So it's 2 ERP in its original build, 2 ERPPCs, 2 SRM6. I want 2 medium lasers in there. Like, drop them to SRM4s, give me 2 medium lasers, and I'm happy. Yes, if I wanted a Warhammer with more armor, I could go with the 6D or the 7M. But if I wanted a more survivable Warhammer, then I could say, what if you gave me a Thug with a different loadout?
But still with the PPCs.
Because I think the 6D makes up its weight with an XL engine, doesn't it? I'm asking Falcon.
Hang on.
I could be
I'm
wrong.
looking it up. Warhammer.
Oh,
6. Both of these nuts.
If it's
remove the
Endo
machine
Steel, I'll
guns.
take it.
Remove the machine guns and the SRM6 launcher to add 4 tons of armor.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's
2
hard.
heat sinks.
That's hard to argue with. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hal, what does the 7M have?
The 7M. Introduced in 3047 by Ronin Incorporated. Official upgraded variant for the Free Worlds League.
Because it has an ammo in it.
Built on the Kell reinforced 270 standard chassis with a Magna 280 fusion engine. 18 double heat sinks. 2 fusion longtooth ERPPCs. 2 Martel medium lasers inside torsos and a Shannon SRM6 on the right shoulder. And an LFN machine gun in the right torso, while the left mounted the LFN shotgun anti-missile system.
I love this. I love that. That's the perfect Warhammer.
It carried the machine gun rounds in the center torso.
That's dumb. Okay, it's not the perfect Warhammer. If we could move the machine gun ammo somewhere else. If we could take the machine gun and the ammo out and put that into armor, that's the perfect one.
The 7MDC sacrificed the right torso medium laser, the
Night,
AMS
Grimos.
and ammo, good night, Grimos, and half ton of machine gun ammo for a command console.
I don't want a command console.
No.
I'm not playing advanced. I don't want a command console.
The 8M.
Now it's 3070. Here's the 8M.
3069, nice.
Giggity.
Light Gauss rifle.
The last year of Battletech, 3069.
2 ER medium lasers. And 12 double heat sinks. 13 tons of armor.
I'm sorry. 2 PPCs, 2 ER medium lasers. That's it?
Light Gauss rifle.
Okay, yeah, that fucks. What kind of engine?
Doesn't say anything different about the engine.
Okay, then that thing probably fucks. If it doesn't have an XL engine in it, then that thing's probably mean as hell.
Doesn't say.
Night Owl is telling Grimos to go the fuck to sleep in the voice of Samuel L. Jackson, which is appropriate.
Bourbon time, he says, hey?
Damn straight.
What kind of bourbon you talking about? Elephant?
Bourbon.
I have bad bourbon. Well, I have less good bourbon, and I have pretty okay bourbon. I just bought pretty okay bourbon.
Some of my pretty okay bourbon, I think.
What do you
Chair?
have? Oh, that's probably better than my pretty okay bourbon. I like my preferred bourbon that I usually get. I will freely admit is pretty fucking basic bitch bourbon.
I mean, my well bourbon is usually Woodford, sometimes Bullet.
Okay,
on...
dude, you are way the fuck over my price range on this. But Bullet is my usual preferred. Like, a lot of times if I'm just going out and buying, I need a bottle of bourbon this week, it's like, oh, I got Old Forester. Because it's fine.
When I visited Location Redacted, I took them a housewarming gift. But it was Maker's 101.
Oh, so you brought them the not quite cask strength. What I'm drinking at the moment is old Wild Turkey 101, which again not good. Old Crow is it's fucking bad. It's fucking bad, bro.
He says it's not as bad as some budget stuff I've gotten in the
It
past.
is budget stuff, but I learned I don't know if either's heard this story. I will tell this story.
Okay.
I learned to appreciate bourbon in grad school because in grad school, we had this class Monday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a long fucking class. It ran for 3 hours from like 7 to 10 Monday nights.
Ooh.
This was in Athens, Ohio. It's not like there was a fucking lot to do after class. But Athens, within 3 blocks of campus, there were 21 bars. And when I say within 3 blocks, I mean in a straight line, one street. There were 21 bars.
There's also a super haunted asylum.
Oh, God, it's haunted as fuck. It wasn't an asylum. It was a sanitarium.
Potato.
No, the asylum didn't perform lobotomies until 1981. Anyway, we would wander over to one of the quieter bars Monday nights. And we would spend an hour or so there. And, after about 3 or 4 months, I figured out, hey, I might have a little bit of a problem here because I'm not counting pints, I'm counting pitchers.
Oof.
Yeah, this is a bad thing. So I decided, no, it's really not. I decided at that point, I need to slow down. I'm going to switch over to liquor, and I don't have a palate for this, so I'm going to drink this a lot more slowly. So I got to the point where I went from drinking Guinness or, something I enjoyed, or something that was cheap. So what was cheap at the time was PBR, and it was fucking awful, but it was also water.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually hate PBR.
Well, you're wrong. Anyway, let's see. What was I saying? I started getting the well bourbon. The well bourbon was $2 a shot, and I would get a double. I would get a double on the rocks. And invariably, everywhere in town, the well bourbon was Old Crow.
Huh.
It was terrible. It took me forever to get through a double of Old Crow. Like half an hour easily. And that's how I built my appreciation for bourbon that was okay.
Because you had the bad stuff so much.
You drink kerosene long enough, you can appreciate stuff that doesn't taste like kerosene.
Fair.
Fizbear has it, Hal. PBR isn't bad. It just isn't good.
It's fine. That's the way I look at it. It's fine.
Would you rather have that or the headache in the can they call Budweiser?
I'd rather have
really have a
Yingling.
problem.
It's the same fucking price.
I don't really have a problem with PBR or Budweiser, but I prefer Yingling.
See, Yingling was what I started drinking after I moved in with my wife, and we were in Tennessee, and they could have fucking Yingling. And like Yingling was the same price as Bud fucking Light, and it tasted like something. Where in the fuck did I put that tile? Hal, where did I put my tile palette?
I don't have anything for you, but I'm putting in chat what for people to Google. The Athens Lunatic Asylum.
That would be the Ridges.
Well, just from quick Google searches, the Ridges all redirects to the university's ownership where they've sanitized all the pictures.
Oh, yeah. That place is... Like, here's the thing. When you look at the Ridges, I want you to think, what does Arkham Asylum look like? What would Arkham Asylum look like if it were made out of brick? That's the Ridges. Like, it looks like a... And it's fucking huge. It is fucking huge. Yes, Waverly Hills is in Louisville.
Okay.
When I say it's huge, I mean it's
massive. It's like 700 acres.
It's not 700 acres.
The grounds are 700
yes,
acres.
the grounds are. The primary building is on like 6 acres. It is fucking huge. And it's like 5 stories.
Just from looking at the place, the windows are the pitch black that you only see in like movies and stuff when they're like, oh, we need to make this place look ominous. Color all the windows so they're pitch black. You drive by the ridges and the windows are all like that naturally. And they're looking at you.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up so people can see this. State Hospital, Athens, Ohio. This is a fucking postcard. Give me a second. Here we go. This is a photograph of it, and this is obviously not the whole thing, but this is a very Gothic building. It was built in the 1870s or the 1880s. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is for scale. I want you to look at this and realize, oh, okay, so most of this building is about 3 or 4 stories, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the main entrance.
Apparently, from interior pictures, the interior is metal staircases and metal walkways, too.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is a picture of the entirety of the primary building. I need everybody to tell me. I'm looking at your screen now, Parallax.
Yeah, I see it.
This isn't even the whole goddamn thing. Like, it cuts off.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay? This building is haunted as fuck, and it's huge.
And they put a museum and offices in it.
Yeah, some poor son of a bitch at OU has an office in this haunted fucking Scooby-Doo mansion.
Dude, this is not a Scooby-Doo mansion.
No, that's true. This is like a fucking shooting location for a fucking season of Supernatural.
Or a remake of The Shining.
Yeah.
It's not nice enough to be The Shining.
No, it's not.
It's the problem. Like, dead serious, if you throw Athens Lunatic Asylum in the Google search, there's an interior picture. And the stairs, there's stairs and, like, metal walkways and shit. Maybe that's exterior. Damn.
I like Granite Elephant's comment here. Fuck that place. That's the kind of place where even people that don't believe in spooky shit feel demons. Yeah, it really fucking is.
Yeah, we just drove past it, and I looked at it and went, that place is haunted as hell.
Yeah.
Like, it's unsettlingly awful.
Without getting out of the fucking car, it is the most haunted place I've ever experienced.
I don't think you slowed down below 45 miles an hour, and I was like, are you sure?
I don't need the ghosts to catch up, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was fast enough. Oh yeah, it was terrible. Now I understand Waverly Heights is really bad too, but I haven't ever been to Waverly Heights.
Waverly Heights is spooky as shit. It's not that big though. That's the thing that really gets you about the Ridges is like, oh yeah, that's the guys. I need you to understand. I say that's the primary building. There are more buildings. There is also the Civil War era cemetery on the grounds. There's the tuberculosis ward that they did eventually tear down, but was there when I was there.
Okay, Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I'm looking at it right now.
Like, Ether, have you ever seen a building that you looked at that you thought, gee, that thing's fucking haunted?
Not really, no.
Okay, you just saw the Ridges.
Yeah.
That was haunted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the Waverly Hills is pretty bad, too. I'm just looking at pictures. They're pretty bad, but it's not quite as dark. If that makes any sense. It was both a sanatorium and a tuberculosis hospital because, you know what? We need double haunting.
What if we cursed the shit out of this place?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if we housed insane Civil War vets and then, their grandchildren?
Oh, cool. Check this out. Waverly Hills Sanatorium has a 600-foot body chute.
Oh, God.
That is
so
the
from
most
any floor you can
phrase.
Dump a body from any floor? Great.
Yep.
What if we had a trash chute, but for people?
And Canopen Catgirl points out it's in the middle of a residential area of Louisville.
Yup, and it's still there because they haven't torn it down because it's roughly the size of, as it turns out, a very large building.
Yeah, and
a landmark.
Yeah. Oh, it's a historic building. We can't get rid of that.
So yeah.
Oh,
It reminds me, there was a Stephen King, a movie based off a Stephen King book called Rose Red, which was based off the Winchester Mansion, except the place was super ass haunted and like
the
killed people that
Winchester
went
Man
inside.
wasn't.
I mean,
And it's Stephen King, yeah. But
living in the town with the Winchester Mystery House, it's not all it's cracked up to be. But,
Yeah, it's mostly
Yeah.
just, why are there so many fucking staircases?
yeah.
but the pictures of that place don't hold a damn candle to these two. Like, yeah.
So, if you find yourself in southeast Ohio, about 2 hours north of the Kentucky border, by the way, when I say that, it's like, oh yeah, Athens isn't that remote. Athens is 3 hours from Cincinnati and 2 hours from Columbus in the direction that takes you toward fucking nothing else. Yeah, you can go see the ridges and you can hike, and it's a nice little hike. Also, fucking haunted.
Yep.
Supposedly, the two things that are haunted around here are that the Winchester Mystery House and the I don't remember what CV it is, but they have the museum ship made of the old Hornet aircraft carrier. Supposedly, that thing's super haunted.
You know,
But
I can believe that. There's a museum ship where I am, and I have said before on stream I'm in South Texas, and now I just said there's a museum ship, so people know I'm in Corpus Christi. But yeah,
no mud bugs.
the Lexington is here also, and the Lexington's also haunted as shit. And the Lexington operated for 40 years, so yeah, if anything's haunted, that thing's fucking haunted as hell. The only other thing that I'm positive is haunted in Corpus Christi is the tourism industry.
Addict, it is in, oh God, where is the Marin Headland? I don't remember the name of the fort that it's at. Alameda. There we go. It's on the Alameda.
Ah, yes, the nuclear vessels.
Yeah, that one.
So
We're trying to find the nuclear vessels in Alameda.
in the dorm that I lived in college, there was supposedly a haunted room.
I lived in the same dorm you did. I don't know which room was haunted.
I do.
Which one was it?
It was top floor, main building, right dead center.
Oh, one of the window rooms.
Yep. Supposedly, a nursing student had hung herself in there.
I believe it. But
And there
also,
was-
like, I would still totally live there because those rooms were enormous.
Yeah. The story is that there would be, like, the RAs and stuff would go in there and move stuff and leave, and they'd be downstairs, and they'd hear stuff in that room and go back up, and everything they moved would be moved around.
Hey, Hal,
Now-
for context, real quick, how old was that dorm?
You know, that's a good question. Let me look that up.
The answer is dramatically old. The answer is it was the oldest dorm on campus.
It was.
The answer is it was a dorm for the college before the college was the college that it currently is.
That's true. So...
And it starts with an 18.
No, it was dedicated in 1909.
Okay, well.
And then the annex was added in 1913. I believe it.
Yeah. The annex was also haunted, but that was mostly because of the heating system.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, one fun thing I discovered about the quote-unquote haunted room is that if you went into one of the closets in the haunted room, there was a hole where you could get between the walls and move and find somebody else's room you could walk out in.
Awesome.
Yep.
Other stuff about that room. It was probably larger than my first apartment.
Yep.
Oh.
Also, in the basement, some friends of mine took a picture down in the basement. One of them was walking past the vending machine, and some guy just randomly took a picture. And there is the outline of a woman in old clothing there.
Awesome.
Like 100% not, because when they brought it back from being developed at Winn-Dixie, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, they looked at it and they were like, ho, look at this. And I was like, what is it? And they showed it to me. And I was like, well, that's unsettling.
Yup.
I've already had ice cream.
Oh, Ether's got ice cream. What kind of ice cream?
Mochi. I have little mochi balls.
I'm gonna pass on
An
it.
open cat girl.
I don't like mochi.
I was conceived in the hangar. My squadron was in the military. Was haunted. We monitored sensor lights that would convince, not conceive. Well,
my parents fucked in the airplane hangar. Excellent.
The hangar my squadron was in was haunted. We monitored sensor lights that would turn on in the middle of the night and hear footsteps and not see anyone from the brief room, which sat in the middle of the command level, and we could see down the entire corridor from both doors. So, comforting.
Yeah. What's the problem?
So, yeah. Yep.
Guys, Ether's ice cream is haunted too.
No. Oh.
Is it? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
But if you eat it, then you can exercise it.
That's true.
Just wait 12 to 18 hours.
Yeah.
I have exorcised the demons.
I took a big shit.
This house is clear. That's Ace Ventura reference.
Thank you, Hal, for calling out your own reference.
Yeah, I did.
I'm dead again. Yeah. I don't know. Does anybody else stream at this point on Saturday night? I feel like I've been taking up the time slot for closing in on 3 hours because I have.
I don't think so.
It's weird.
Damn it, silicone.
What? Oh, no, what?
Shit.
Again? Do you have to go change pants?
Smother the ice cream with a pillow.
There it is. There it is. It's another loathing reference, guys.
Smother the ice cream with a pillow.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the problem? Grumble! I'm Hazakar. I grumble!
Yeah, silicone got me with the out of no bully snake.
What'd Bully Snake do?
Boo.
Oh. Yeah, I'm scared.
There's lots of boo that pops up in the
boo box.
No,
not the boo box.
Pops up in the West of Loathing expansion.
The boo box.
You'll just randomly come across things that will say boo.
Oh, damn.
This
now I'm
is
scared.
usually the WBPL presents or whatever slot.
Oh, well, I guess I'm whatever tonight, folks.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has popped in. I've got streamer mode on. I would like to think that someone would pop in and tell me if I'm eating the fucking time. But nobody has, so here we are.
Nobody said anything.
I appear like they're doing stuff on the thing with the time slot. The fucking painting, that's not allowed.
Yes, how dare you paint battle mechs on the channel with this fandom.
How was your experience different, Mad Ducks? Tell me that.
His experience with what, Hal?
West of Loathing. I want to hear it. Tell me. Explain.
He got pulled over and he had to show him his sausage.
That's right.
Hi, Pharisees.
Hi, Pharisees.
Girthy sausage. Girthy sausage.
It was very spicy.
You weren't going to stream it, Mad Ducks? Why not?
Pharisees, you've just overslept. This is entirely Thursday.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What day is it? Can you please tell me?
Is it Monday?
No.
Is it Tuesday?
No.
Is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
No. Yes, we're doing a Cartoon Planet reference.
Hey, everybody, it's Brack. I'm a cucumber. 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 Please don't take me to the pickle farm. Yeah.
My wife sang that for one of her friend's daughters.
You stole that CD from me. You stole Cartoon Planet's Musical Barbecue from me.
I'm sure it's fine. She sang that for one of her friend's daughters, and her daughter started singing that, and her friend was just like, "What have you done?" which is pretty great.
It is. I'm trying to remember something that my niece did. I don't even remember what. No, not
my kids.
no. It was lovely wife's middlest brother, and something that his daughter said that was fucked up in a hilarious kind of way. I can't even remember. Like, they had gone to see a movie or something, and there was something that popped up that made her make a reference to the Candy Mountain video, and it came out of nowhere. And she was like 5 at the time, and that makes it that much funnier. And it was about taking your kidneys, Charlie. Oh, that's what it was. They were watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And like the kids start getting picked off one at a time for, whatever their designated sin is. And she just leans over to my brother-in-law and goes, "Willy Wonka's going to take your kidney, Charlie."
Oh, wow.
For the record, my niece, who is now 8 going on 9, she is grim as fuck, and it is amazing. I love this girl. Like last year when I went to see them over the summer, which I hope I get to do this year, but is not looking likely, I brought her I hesitate to call it a miniature because it was basically a print of Nagash. Hal, you remember that Nagash, don't you?
I remember Nagash.
Yeah, it was a print that big, like an epic-sized Warhammer mini, and it was.
The thing is, it's not a miniature; it's a maxiature.
It's pretty fucking big, and probably 10 inches tall easily. I brought this thing to her, and it's this terrible undead lich. Except this one was, to be legally distinct, it was very Egyptian themed. She fucking adored it. It sat on top of her Barbie mansion.
That's the right place for it.
Nagash's magic dream house.
Yep, right place for it.
It was perfect. I loved it so much. And so did she. And I don't know how I'm ever going to top that. Because that thing, like, my nephew on that side, like, he's a little bit younger than my son. So I think he's 6 this year. And bless his heart, he's autistic. But he loves me because I'm a robot man. Like, that is what he says. Uncle Parallax is a robot man. Got in a fight with my kids over it because at one point my son told them I made a hot dog mech. And I did make a hot dog mech. And he argued with my son about it. So, Uncle Parallax isn't a hot dog man, he's a robot man. So there we go. He loves...
Was this an Oscar Mayer mech? Or?
It is, in fact, a hot dog mech. It is a mech that I don't even think I still have it. I might still have it. Let me look for it real quick. I'm not sure. But it is a mech shaped like a hot dog. For those of you that know, it is from Hardware Studios, yes. It goes along with the Gaddy Patty. That is the king crab that is shaped like a hamburger.
I remember. That was from the Fast Food Wars era.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Big Mackey was in there, too.
I never was satisfied with Big Mackey. I am yelling across the room right now. I hope you can hear me.
No, what are you saying?
I'm saying I can't find the hot dog mech.
AK says you might have brought it to the meetup.
It's possible I did. It's entirely possible I did, because occasionally I have to cull what I have. But I can find it real quick.
I didn't mean to derail the stream. We can...
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I'm going to go ahead and switch over the stream so that you can see the hot dog mech, because here's the hot dog mech. Here you go.
Oh,
Yep.
good God.
Yep.
Hot dog mech. There you go.
It was the condiment king of mechs.
It was. Anyway, yeah, he got very uptight about it, and Uncle Parallax is a robot man, not a hot dog man, which was just great.
So, does that do concessions at the Irby Derby?
It does. It's a novelty thing. It's kind of like when you go to a baseball game and there's that dude that wanders around with beer and hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's a mech it's a mech that will shoot hot dogs and ketchup at you from the other side of the stands.
And you can buy a clear baseball bat full of beer.
Yeah. Well, a clear urban mech full of beer.
So, God, I want to see someone just walking around with a t-shirt can and loading hot dogs into it and firing them into the audience.
That's right, folks. Ether wants to go to a game headlined by the Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Banana.
Oh, God, I want to go to a Savannah Bananas game.
I went to a game with the Florence Y'alls.
No, the Savannah Bananas are an entirely different game.
What I was going to say is, you have to know about Florence to understand the joke of the Florence Y'alls.
You do. Okay, so here, Ether, you're not familiar with the Savannah Bananas, are you?
Correct, I am not.
Okay, are you familiar with the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yes.
Okay, what if baseball?
Interesting. Why?
Why? Okay, what if you had a pitcher that wore painting stilts?
Interesting. Why?
Because it sells tickets and it's fun. Also, for like $25 a ticket, you get in, you get as many hot dogs and soft drinks as you can consume.
That's why they're loaded into a cannon. Got it.
Yeah.
How many hot dogs do you think you could eat? I bought 12. I could only eat 2.
Well, there's an interesting video that you can watch from Baseball Doesn't Exist, a YouTube channel that I recommend that anybody that has even a passing interest in sports watch, because it's fun. They will tell you all about things like why are hot dogs still prevalent at baseball games, and it's because they cost like 12 cents, but they turn around and charge obscene amounts of money for them. Or if you're Pittsburgh, I think it's Pittsburgh, you have dollar hot dog night, and it draws in a crowd of like 6 times your normal attendance.
I mean, our minor league team does that.
Yeah. And it also draws in a rather large audience, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
What was the minor or the baseball team that had the nickel beer night and a riot kicked off?
Oh shit, dude. I think that might have been the Phillies.
Hang on. I'm gonna try and Google
I think it was the same team that did the Disco Destruction Night. I'm feeling like that was that might not have been the Phillies. That might have been the Cubs or the White Sox.
Oh, okay. 10-cent beer night promotion held by the Cleveland Indians against the
Of course it was the Indians.
in 1974.
Yeah. Okay. Look up Disco Destruction Night for me real quick.
Hang on. I gotta finish reading this. They were offering low alcohol beer for 10 cents each, the equivalent of 62 cents in 2023. When they were usually sold for the equivalent of $4 in 2023.
Yup.
With a limit of 6 beers per purchase, but no limit on the purchases during the game. Hang on. This event was marked by numerous incidents, including fans storming the field, damaging property, and general mayhem. The game was forfeited by the Indians due to safety concerns.
God, I love
It is
baseball.
remembered by one of the most infamous events in baseball history.
Yeah, now look up Disco Destruction Night. God, I love baseball. It's so fucking dumb. Like, people that play baseball, like, baseball can be one of the most impressive sports. At the same time, oh my God, the promotions can be so dumb. It's amazing.
Disco Demolition Night was a promo event in July 1979 at Comiskey Park between the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Detroit Tigers.
Okay, so it was the White Sox.
6 o'clock with fans paying 98 cents admission with a disco record.
Yup.
It drew 47,500 attendees with more trying to get in. predominantly made up of rock musicians who were opposed to the popularity of disco music at the time.
That's probably a misnomer. It was mostly made up of have you ever heard the story of like the time that Van Morrison went on the Tonight Show?
No.
Okay, so they didn't know what they were getting into. Okay,
I don't pay that much attention to Van.
Well, that's fine. They didn't know what they were getting into, and the crowd got rowdy. Basically, the same thing happened here, except it was a radio host in Chicago that was kind of a proto shock jock.
Okay.
And people came in, and this dude had been grinding an axe on disco for 5-6 years, and he was headlining this event. He was going to do this thing, and like everybody showed up for that, and they showed up ready to be pissed.
Yeah, it says here, the event began with a series of rock songs being played, followed by the destruction of disco records. The event ended in a riot with approximately 39 people arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. The game was forfeited by the Tigers, and the event was widely covered. The event was seen as a cultural divide between rock and disco fans.
Yup, because baseball...
Cultural phenomenon symbolizing the end of the disco era and the rise of punk rock and new wave music.
I would make the point that punk rock was already a thing before this, but that's fine. Yeah. I love baseball.
You know, I would like baseball more if I liked the game more.
Okay.
Like going to the ballpark is fun and everything, and they do like silly promotions between and all that sort of stuff. But I just don't enjoy the game all that much.
That's fine.
Can I field my one big gripe about baseball?
Yes.
Go for it.
So my big thing of why I don't engage very much with baseball is because it's a turn-based game. In almost every other sport, you can always capture possession and score.
So what you're saying is baseball is the JRPG of sports.
Maybe it's I hate the whole, all right, you're in your defensive thing and there's absolutely zero opportunity to score now. Time to be boring.
I mean, to be fair, that damn it, I walked right the fuck into it. It is one of the things that sets it apart from other sports, because there's, like you said, just about every other sport that's not cricket, which is baseball's weird fucking cousin. It's like, oh yeah, anything can happen at any point. Yes, baseball is more structured. But at the same time, if it weren't, you'd just watch basketball like everybody else.
Hey, Pharisees, thank you for gifting the sub, man.
Like if baseball were more like other sports, you'd just watch basketball, because that's what you do.
The question was posed in chat, is golf the same thing as baseball?
Is golf the same thing? No, golf is like playing solitaire, but with a ball.
Just playing with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even
Other
with
people are
around.
playing, they are incidental to your experience.
Playing in parallel.
Yeah. You're not really competing on that level with anybody. You're competing. It's like if you were competing for the highest score in Donkey Kong. You're both going to play the game, and you're going to compare scores at the end. You're not actively trying to stop the other player from doing something.
So it should be more like croquet, where it's all about the malice you can inflict on the other player.
I do love croquet for that. Yes.
You know, I have to admit, from watching Jumboy on YouTube, the amount of shit talk that happens in baseball
It's
is
so
kind of
good, isn't
impressive.
it? It's so good.
In basketball, you don't have time to shit talk that much, so you've got to make it count. And if you're not ahead, then the other guy can smile at you and point at the scoreboard. So, like, you have got to be like on point with it. And in football, you don't really shit talk because you're already slamming into each other.
And also, you're 50 yards away from your opposing coach. But when it comes to baseball, it is so ingrained into the game that the manager of a team is going to get ejected for arguing with the umps pretty fucking regularly, and it's part of the job and it's part of the expectation.
I do remember the video he did just the other day of the ump comes up and goes, "You're doing a good job, but you know you have to eject me, right?"
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or earlier this month when there was one where an umpire ejected nebulously someone.
Oh, yeah, he didn't know who it was.
He didn't know who said a thing, so the manager comes out and says, "Who?" And he goes, "I don't know, pick somebody." Pick somebody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
Like, straight up,
really?
that's how it went.
The Bat Boys ejected, boys. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's
Really?
serious. It's straight up went, "I don't know, pick someone." Pick someone? What the hell does that mean?
I mean, we get that in hockey for like the bench minors and shit, where it's, well, the whole team fucked up. Go ahead and send somebody. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's a fucking baseball. Pick somebody. The umpire says, "I don't know who I just threw out of the game."
I really should. I have this thing about I should probably watch hockey more because I might get a kick out of it.
Hockey's great to watch. It really, I wish I had access to watching hockey more, but it's not one of those sports that's super easy to find to watch.
I mean, it'll be a great sport once we're done with it, but it is so hard to get new people into hockey because officiating can be really different. Like, what was okay one game is not okay the next game.
Oh, so it is like baseball.
That sounds like baseball, yeah. The other thing that I get out of, well, okay, let me put it this way. My knowledge of hockey started from Letterkenny and Shoresy.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Give your balls a tug, Hal.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I am watching this, and then I'm asking my Canadian friend about things that are happening.
Psyduck? You're asking Psyduck?
No.
It's much funnier if I say you're asking Psyduck, though.
I'm asking someone I've known a lot longer than Psyduck.
Yeah, but you could ask Psyduck. And we're going to pretend it's Psyduck.
Pharisees, Canadian baseball on ice is curling. But the thing about watching the hockey is I don't know, it can be very sudden. Like, part of the fun of basketball or football is there's the build-up to the success. Like, the quick drive or the move down to the other end and the passing and the big shot or the grind up the field to get to the end zone. Whereas in hockey, it can happen so fast.
That's the selling point of hockey that I think most people don't get immediately. Like, they have to watch a couple of games and then they understand. Oh, yeah. Hockey is soccer but fast.
And I mean, typically you can break down a game by the play of the game. You know what broke the back, what was the turning point to the game.
Okay.
And
hockey
again,
is very good at that.
Again, soccer is the same way. It just takes 4 times as long to get to it.
Yeah, I do not enjoy watching soccer.
I can watch soccer for a game. Like, when the Olympics come around this year, I can watch the American team play. I can't stand any of the rest of it.
Falkenstein, we're Merkin, we're calling it soccer.
We're going to call it soccer because that was the original fucking name for it. Thank you, Britain. They called it soccer before anybody else called it football. So it's fucking soccer.
I have to appreciate that hockey is a game that commands your attention the entire time.
Yeah.
Because if you lose where the puck is, you're confused about what's going on. So it keeps you engaged.
It's just like Ether said. Anything can happen at any time.
Whereas with basketball, if you have a coach like Tubby Smith, then it's a very slow game.
Which is
I don't know how you make basketball slow, but he did.
I mean, he won a championship.
His first year off of the previous guy's recruiting.
Yeah, but still, it counts. I mean, it wasn't like Kentucky this year where it's like, he went to Arkansas. I guess we're going to go to Arkansas so we can get into the NBA this year. It was, Patino went to the fucking Celtics. We can't follow him.
Yeah.
Also had that turn out for him.
Not great.
Fucking
and
Patino.
I do remember
asshole.
everyone, including someone like Dick Vitale, saying this is not a good idea.
Fucking Patino.
So Silicon
Yeah, that's
Soul,
part of what got him in trouble.
there's a lot of nuance in hockey of just looking at where people's kind of shoulders and positions are and just knowing where the puck is.
Yeah.
But that is so hard to learn. Like, again, that's why it's so hard to bring in new fans.
Yeah, it's one of those things you're just going to have to pick it up by watching it enough.
So have the fights tapered off?
No.
Massively.
No. Really? That's
Yes.
disappointing.
As a season ticket holder, yes. They're way down.
I appreciate about hockey.
Wait. Now I have to pump the brakes for a second. Ether, who's your team?
Local San Jose Sharks.
There we go.
I have to appreciate that in hockey, they have a designated person on the team to be a bodyguard or enforcer. Like
Goons are gone.
Goons.
Yeah.
They're gone?
Yep. Well, now in the AHL, which is really the platform, yes, technically you could come straight from juniors. But the AHL, if you fight, that's an automatic 2-game suspension for both players. So fighting's way down in the lower league, so you're not developing good fighters anymore. It's just, and like injuries are up, elbowing's up, all the fast guys who, they're not getting hit as much, but the dirty plays are up. A lot more elbowing's happening, a lot more. I don't like where my sport's at.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question then, Ether. Because it's been a while since I've been in a city that had an NHL team, but you have to tell me your opinion of the Predators. I suspect they are a team that exists.
They're not as competitive as they were, say, 7 years ago. They're definitely kind of on the outs, but we're a team that's massively on the outs. And there's a reason we got the first draft pick this year. But
But 10 years ago, when I was in the Nashville area, it was like the Predators fucking mattered.
Yeah. That was when they were definitely, they had a shot there. They were making finals, semifinals in the cup race. And
this is one of those places where I have to stop and think about sports and my teams. And it's like, okay, football and baseball, Cincinnati. Bengals, the Bengals sucked for most of my life. The Reds have sucked for most of my life, but that's okay because I'm still going to vote for the Reds because I'm not like some fucking bandwagoner. I didn't have a hockey team, but I lived near Nashville. I'm going to go with the Predators. I don't have an NBA basketball team because NBA basketball is boring.
See, I grew up, I came of age in the era of basketball.
The fucking Bulls.
Yeah, the Bull. It had Jordan, Pippen, Barkley, Robinson, Ewing, Thomas, Rodman. It had Stockton, Malone. It had like just a plethora of all-star athletes spread all over.
Like you were there for like Johnson Bird rivalry.
Yeah, I was there for the '92 Dream Team. It's like, how do you keep watching basketball after the '92 Dream Team? It's difficult. But anyway, I stepped away for a second. There used to be in Lexington, Kentucky, there used to be a hockey team called the Thoroughblades, but they had the weirdest.
They were in Louisville. They were in Louisville.
No, the Thoroughblades were in Lexington.
They played at Freedom Hall in Louisville. I went to a game.
The Kentucky Thoroughblades. According to Wikipedia, a professional ice hockey team in Lexington.
Oh, they're wrong.
But
anyway.
Yeah.
They were not an NHL team, for the record.
No, they were not. They were a lower league team. They weren't whale shit, but
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, hell, neither you nor I have an NBA team that we root for.
No, not really.
Like, I could say, I root for the Spurs, but I don't give two shits about the Spurs.
Yeah, it's like, okay, if I go geographically, who do I have? Like, the Pacers, the Capitals, the
Jesus.
Hawks, the
Like
there
Ether,
one that-
Ether,
are
you're
the
pretty well
Grizzlies-
spoiled for choices.
Grizzlies
Like
in Memphis.
Memphis has the Grizzlies, yes.
Okay.
I mean, everything's leaving, but yeah.
I mean, that's not
the
entirely
Grizzlies are the
true.
closest.
The A's are fucking leaving like somebody owes them fucking money, but
Yeah, they're going
Money
to
and the Raiders left. The
Yeah, they're going to Vegas too.
yeah, well, they already went.
Yeah, they went a couple years ago.
The Athletics, like the Athletics are so fucking bad. As the ownership is so fucking bad as far as this goes. The Athletics are leaving Oakland before the situation in Vegas is ready for them, and they're going to Sacramento next season.
I'll be honest with you. I used to be an Athletics fan, and then the Reds beat that out of me.
But you used to be an Athletics fan when they had Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco in 1991.
And Ricky Henderson. Those are the three names off the top of my head. And
But
there's a catcher.
basketball-wise, like, you've got the Lakers, you've got the Kings, you've got...
Yeah, there's not a team I can care for anymore in basketball.
I'm talking about Ether, though. Like...
Well, I'm San Francisco Bay Area, so like you're talking basically a whole nother state.
That's
talking
true.
About SoCal stuff.
That's true.
Why you no invite?
I've been doing this for like 3 hours, bro.
Sorry, I've been playing games for like 3 hours. My bad.
He did put it in the channel like 3 hours ago.
I did.
So
Okay,
anyway,
fine.
Gentlemen, I'm going to punch out. I hope you all have a great night.
I probably need to...
Of course, I get here and you're like, no, I'm leaving.
Well, Lex, I don't mean to do this to you, but like it is closing in on midnight in my time zone, and I have been going for almost 3.5 hours.
No, you guys are perfectly okay. It's not a problem.
But like I've still got to hear Ether say NBA team is like Warlex. I know you're Pistons.
NBA. I don't even watch it.
No, I'm not NBA at all.
Okay, well that's like 4 of us then. Like, okay, college basketball, either of you?
Oh. Michigan, if they're not playing state, although when they're playing except against Michigan.
Fair enough. I understand that. Like I'm University of Kentucky, unless UK is not playing, and then SEC generally, unless it's Tennessee, because fuck Tennessee.
Yeah, my dad has these rules that I have done one amendum to myself, which is you root for Michigan all the time. You root for Michigan State unless they're playing Michigan, and you root for whoever is playing Notre Dame. My amendum to that is if Ohio State and Notre Dame are playing, you root for Meteor.
Okay, so here's my addendum to that. North Carolina and Duke. I don't care who they're playing unless it's Kentucky. I will always root for a meteor to hit the stadium if Duke or North Carolina are playing. Like UNC, Samurai, if you're in here, I'm sorry, but fuck UNC on basketball terms. Not as much as Duke. Fuck Duke with like a pineapple shaped baseball bat.
A spiky dildo?
Yes, spikier than that. But yes. Like, fuck Duke harder than anything else, but UNC's second in line. And then Tennessee. I don't know if Samurai's in chat right now or not. He's probably, if he is, he's like, fuck you too. Then that's fine. Fezbear grew up an Angels fan, fuck the A's. I'll accept that. Let's see. Parallax in American sports is not rare to move to. Okay, no, it's not rare to move to another city in American sports, Falkenstein. You're right. But the Athletics have treated their city like fucking garbage.
The Los Angeles Rams. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Like, the Rams left... And like it was a clean break. It happened all at once. The Athletics have been drawing this shit out, and it has been fucking painstaking. Like active contempt for their fan base. Ether, am I right?
100%.
Yeah. Like the ownership of the Athletics, and I'm going to say this as a Reds fan, and like, Fuck the Reds ownership. But, like, the Athletics ownership is easily the worst set of owners in sports. And I'm going to say that knowing that, like, the Saudis own baseball teams.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say something which is going to make all NFL fans feel something. But I'm going to say something. Fuck you, Spanos.
Generally, fuck ownership. But yeah, Lone Wolf was right. Sports.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. Sports puck.
Ooh, sports puck. Yes, much fun.
I'd say either you and Warlax can talk about sports puck because he's here for it.
Yeah. He's with one of them teams that has, you know,
the Red Wings, yeah.
Worst fan base. So it's kind of...
I don't know, man. He doesn't root for the Penguins.
I mean, just because the league's commissioner roots for that team doesn't mean
they
have the worst fan.
Like, Pittsburgh, I'm going to piss somebody off in chat, and that's okay, because they're entitled to their opinion. Pittsburgh has the worst fans. The Steelers are awful. The Pirates are awful. The Penguins are awful. The fans are ride or die for these teams to like the level of being offensive. Fine. It's just awful to listen to when you're talking about the fucking Pirates.
Yeah, the worst fans I've ever actually come across are, surprisingly enough, Philly fans.
Pharisees is agreeing with me that worst fan base in hockey isn't the Penguins, question mark?
No.
Wings.
No. I will stand by the fact that Wings fans, yes, they're bad. They can be bad. Phillies
they vandalize the most property in other cities. I mean, that's just hands down. They are the worst fans.
Yes, but we don't start in the stands like Flyers.
Yeah, you do. Holy crap! I at
Flyers
least once
fans,
a season.
dude. Flyers fans.
I mean, I see usually at least once a season a Red Wings fan get ejected and arrested from the game because they just don't know how to hold their alcohol and like to talk too much shit.
This is amazing. I love this.
Listen, I am not one of those. I don't go there to
I'm not saying all are. But
you are personally, Warlax.
Yes, apparently I am.
You are the reason that the Red Wings have a bad rep. Hey, okay, Pharisees is with the Predator. Pharisees, in the smallest amount that I have anything to root for in hockey, I'm with you on the Preds.
Predators are okay. I don't have a problem with them.
That's the
Blue Jackets are just due for a good season.
I suspect that my teams are those teams that people look at and say, yeah, I don't have a problem with those because we're never tremendously competitive. Like the Reds, the Bengals, and the Predators.
No, actually, the Predators have been doing fairly good the past few years.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it is quarter till midnight in the Central Time Zone. I've been going now for 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Here, I get to say one more thing, right?
Do it.
Right?
You do it.
Fuck Sidney Crosby.
Amen.
Fuck Sid. I don't know who Sidney Crosby is, but fuck him. Anyway, guys, we're going to call it a night here because, like, there's 62 of you. It is fucking midnight. Okay.
It's almost 1 a.m. here.
It's 1 a.m. there. It's like 10 a.m. for Ether. It's like midnight for me. Guys, it is late. I'm going to go and... like...
Wait, what?
What?
It's 10 a.m. for Ether?
Yeah, Ether lives in Moscow, don't you know?
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. At least I am. And I'm going to go, like, take some shit to help me sleep, and we'll see how that turns out. And then we'll see how things go. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thank you for being here. I don't know why you're here, but thank you for doing it.
Hey, look,
why are you here?
Hey, it's Mad Ducks. Mad Ducks, it is also almost midnight for you. What are you doing?
I just came to say.
Yeah, but Mad Ducks, you've activated my trap card. What are your sports teams?
No.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
He's Pittsburgh. Okay, gotcha.
Sure.
Saints.
No,
I'm gonna
not
go.
even
I'm
that.
gonna say Saints and Pelicans on him.
I come from a family.
There's a
that,
team called the Pelicans?
No. Saints and LSU is the state teams. Anyway, I just came to say, why are you here?
He's right. I don't know why y'all are here, but here we are. Okay.
The
Good night,
Saints
everybody.
aren't a bad team. I'm okay.
We're signing off now. Good night.